Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap and welcome to the monthly current affairs session that is going to be taken by me, Gurkira sir and Devanshu sir. Sir, please kindly. And so this session is going to be very important as this is your monthly revision session. This is your monthly current affairs session that is for March 2025, where we are going to discuss and where we are going to revise the important current affairs of your finance current affairs, the ESI current affairs and the general awareness.
So guys, welcome all to the session here. So as we have started this series with you from the month of January onwards. So as of now, if I talk about here, we have covered the full month of January, where we have covered schemes, reports, current affairs, RBI notifications, and a mock test of January has been taken. Same thing has been repeated for February. And today, as of now, we have covered scheme session, RBI notifications, Raisina ma'am has done, reports, Devanshu sir has taken the session. And today, the things which are left now, we will try our best to cover those things also for you. And I hope that you guys have revised the things. Because the purpose of taking the session is not just कि आप क्वेश्चन करो सॉल्व करो बस. पर्पस यही है कि आपने जो पढ़ा है उसको आप टेस्ट करो कि वाकई मुझे याद भी हुआ है या नहीं हुआ है. That is sole objective with which we are taking this session.
Exactly. Continuing with this, so we always tell you that to the current affairs revision is the key. So whether you have revised it fully or not, we will be basically able to identify that with the help of today's session.
Okay, and the guys pattern will be same. First of all, Kritika ma'am will be taking the sessions, questions of financial current affairs, and mind you guys are not taking RBI notification. Let us be clear here. Financial current affairs she will be taking. I will be taking the questions of economic and social issues, and then finally Devanshu sir will be here with the main Dil Ka Tukda, आपका general awareness part, where you all are really worried and fear of that thing that he will be taking at the end. Okay. So this is all, and we wish you all the best for the upcoming 2 hours. We want that all of you should be here and give your best. We are not here to judge you, but we are here to give you a reality check that if examination takes place today, whether you are on right track or not. So please analyze yourself.
Okay. So let's start with today's session. Okay, so first I will be taking the session onwards and then Gurkira sir will be coming and then Devanshu sir will be coming. Okay, so before starting with the questions, first do subscribe to the YouTube channel of EduTap so that you continue getting the relevant videos, and do join the Telegram channel where you will get the PDF of the session, and the link for the Telegram channel is provided in the description box below. So if you want the PDF of the session, so you will have to go to the Telegram channel of EduTap and download the PDF from there. Okay. Now let's start with the first part, that is finance current affairs. So we are going to discuss the questions on the finance current affairs, and this is for your March 2025. Okay. So we are going to revise all the important finance current affairs from March 2025. Okay. Give me a thumbs up if everything is fine, if I am clearly audible and visible. And first, let's bring the first question in front of you. This is the question. So let's see that how many of you are able to answer this question. Okay. So give me a thumbs up if I am clearly audible and visible. Okay. So this is the first question, that is the SEBI has issued a circular titled Harnessing Dash as the Digital Public Infrastructure for Reducing the Unclaimed Assets in the Indian Securities Market. So the Reserve Bank of India as well as SEBI, they both are trying to reduce the unclaimed assets. In the case of RBI, the RBI is trying to reduce the unclaimed deposits with the banks. Okay. As well as the SEBI is trying to reduce the unclaimed dividends, the unclaimed shares with the companies. Okay. So the SEBI and RBI, they are taking steps to reduce the unclaimed money that is with the regulated entities. So the SEBI has issued a circular titled Harnessing. Okay. Mukund has given the answer. Mayank, Guru Raja, Suprava. Happy. Okay. Aditya, very good. All of you. So the right answer here is DigiLocker. So the SEBI has issued a circular titled Harnessing DigiLocker as a Digital Public Infrastructure for Reducing the Unclaimed Assets, the Unclaimed Dividends or Unclaimed Shares in the Indian Securities Market to address the issue of unclaimed financial assets. Okay, so this is the basic idea. So DigiLocker, now DigiLocker, through that the unclaimed assets can be reduced. How is it so? So DigiLocker users can now fetch, they can now get and store their statement of holdings of shares as well as mutual fund units from their demat accounts to the DigiLocker. That means DigiLocker, which already contains bank account statements, insurance policy certificates and NPS account statements, can now also fetch and store the statement on the shares and the mutual fund units, so that you have the information at one place. As well as in case there is the demise of a user, that is the DigiLocker was used by the XYZ person that had provided the access to the DigiLocker of all its statements, and the demise has happened of this XYZ person. So the nominee of the XYZ person will be granted the read-only access to the DigiLocker account, so that the nominee will be able to get to know that which shares, which mutual funds were there of the XYZ person. Okay, so which shares and which mutual funds are owned by the XYZ persons, which units are owned by the XYZ person. So this information will be provided to the nominee through the read-only access. So DigiLocker is a kind of the vault where you have your information stored, so that you can access that information and your nominees will be able to access the information on later on time period. This is the basic idea. Okay, now coming to the next question. So try to answer this question. Here, the Reserve Bank of India and the NCFE, that is the National Center for Financial Education, have launched nationwide campaigns to enhance the financial literacy and empower various segments of the population under the National Strategy for Financial Education. So National Strategy for Financial Education, this is the strategy to promote the financial education in the country, and this is for the period of 2020 to 2025. Okay, so with a view to promote the financial literacy, various steps have been taken by the RBI and the NCFE. Okay, so which of the following steps is or are correct, that you have to tell me. So financial awareness message, that is FAME booklet, has been created for diverse groups including senior citizens to improve the financial awareness. That is absolutely correct. So remember that this is the booklet to improve the financial awareness. Okay, the second statement is that the NCFE has apprised that they have conducted 54 financial literacy programs in the last 3 years. So this is correct, but these financial literacy programs are conducted for the target audience in northeastern states. It is for the northeastern states, it is not for the southern states, it is for the northeastern states. Okay, Pan India Financial Literacy and Inclusion Survey based on the OECD and the INFE toolkit was conducted in year 2017. So this is also correct. So first and third statements are correct. The first and third are actually correct. The second one is wrong because it is not for the southern states, it is for the northeastern states. Okay, so the first and third, that is the C statement, is correct. Yes, very good everyone, that has given the right answer. So here, this is the idea that the NCFE and the Reserve Bank of India has taken various steps for promoting the financial awareness, for promoting the financial literacy in the country. Okay, now if you want to know a little about the NSFE, that is the National Strategy for Financial Education, this is for the period of 2020 to 2025. Okay, this is the document that has been released by the head of the technical group on financial inclusion and financial literacy. The Deputy Governor, Reserve Bank of India, is the head of the technical group on the financial inclusion and financial literacy. Okay, so they have launched this document on August 2020. The strategy has recommended a 5C approach for distributing or for dissemination of financial education. So the 5C approach refers to the content for the dissemination of the financial education. How can you spread the education? Through the content, through the curriculum in the schools, colleges and such. The capacity among the intermediaries, among the banks and the other intermediaries, so that they can promote the financial education. The community-led model, that is through the community the information and the education can be spread. Communication strategy as well as the collaboration among the various stakeholders, that is the RBI, NABARD, SEBI and different regulators and such. So this is the idea that this 5C approach for the dissemination of the financial education, this is the approach that is adopted under the NSFE. So NSFE, this is for the period of 2020 to 2025, the second one after the 2013-2018 NSFE. So this is the idea about the NSFE. This has been prepared by the NCFE, that is the National Center for Financial Education, in consultation with all the financial sector regulators, let it be RBI, SEBI, IRDI, PFRDA and such. Okay, so this is the basic idea. So NSFE document has been released by the head of the technical group on financial inclusion and financial literacy, the Deputy Governor of the Reserve Bank of India. Now this document follows the 5C approach that also you have seen. Now coming to the next question. So there is the eBCREP platform. There is a EB-Cray platform that helps in the e-auctioning of the collaterals. So let's try to think about it, that there are the banks, they are giving the loans and they are getting the collateral against the loans. So let's say the bank is giving home loan, so the house will become the collateral. The house will become the collateral. If the borrower is not able to return the loan, so the bank can sell the house. Now this house can be sold through the e-auctioning through the EB-Cray platform, but now it has been said that what is the name of the revamped e-auction portal? So the e-auction portal, that was the EB-Cray platform, that was the EB-Cray portal that was revamped. Now what is the name of the revamped e-auction platform or the portal that was launched on 3rd January 2025 to further streamline the process? So that is BankNet. Very good. That is the BankNet. So this is the name of the revamped e-auction portal. It was before EB-Cray portal. Now it is BankNet. Okay. So this is the idea. So here you can see that the public sector banks were requested by the Department of Financial Services, that is DFS, to redesign their e-auction platform, and so there is the update that has happened in the EB-Cray platform or the EB-Cray portal, and now the BankNet portal is specifically designed to enhance transparency and speed up the process of disposing the NPA cases, the non-performing asset cases. That means in the cases where the money is not coming back, so in that case the auctions have to happen of the collaterals. Okay, this is the idea. Now coming to the next question, or coming to the next topic, that is the Union Cabinet chaired by Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi approved the incentive scheme for promotion of low value BHIM-UPI transactions person to merchant for the financial year 2024-25. Which of the following statement is or are incorrect, that you have to tell me. So basically there is the incentive scheme for the promoting the low value transactions through the BHIM-UPI. So which of the following statement is correct in this regards, that you have to tell me. Incorrect statement you have to tell me. Okay. So first of all, the incentive scheme for promotion of low value BHIM-UPI transactions will be implemented at an estimated outlay of 1500 crores from 1st April 2024 to 31st March 2025. So this is correct. Only the UPI person to merchant transactions up to 2000 are covered under the scheme. So this is also correct because this is for the low value transaction. The center has set an incentive rate of 0.15%. It is 0.15% for the transactions, for the transaction value of up to 2000 made to small merchants. Okay, 80%. So this is incorrect because it is the incentive that is given is 0.15%, not 0.50%. Okay, so the incentive is 0.15% for the transaction value of up to 2000 that is made to small merchants. Okay, 80% of the admitted claim amount by the acquiring banks will be disbursed without any condition. As per the NPCI, the small merchants are those merchants who have a projected inward UPI transaction value of less than or equal to 50,000 per month. This is the idea. So the C statement was incorrect, and that's why that is the answer. Okay, so these are the main points about the scheme. If you remember these points, that's it. That is what is needed. Okay, so the incentive scheme is having an estimated outlay of 1500 crores. Only the UPI person to merchant transactions up to the value of 2000 for the small merchants are covered under the scheme. Incentive is given at the rate of 0.15% per transaction value. This will be provided for transaction up to rupees 2000, that is pertaining to category of small merchants, that is the transaction that is happening to the small merchants. Okay, so these are the main points that you need to keep in mind. Okay, now coming to the next topic, that is the Association of Mutual Funds in India have introduced the different initiatives, that is the Chota SIP, Tarun Yojana, as well as the Mitra, that was the incentive that was launched by SEBI, that is also supported by the AMFI. Now Chota SIP introduces a dash SIP to facilitate small investors and first time participants, aiming to attract individuals from lower income group. So the systematic investment plan that can happen under this Chota SIP for what value? For minimum what value? So it is very good, rupees 250. Okay, so under the Chota SIP, this introduces a SIP of rupees 250 to facilitate the small investors and to facilitate the investment from the lower income group also. So this is the idea. Rupees 250 it is, not rupees 100. Okay, So Chota SIP introduces a 250 rupee SIP to facilitate small investors and first-time participants, aiming to attract the individuals from lower income group. Then there is Tarun Yojana, which focuses on integrating financial literacy into school curriculum. Then there is the Mitra, that is the mutual fund investment tracing and retrieval assistant, that will help in the unclaimed shares or unclaimed dividends to retrieve the money. Okay, so this is the idea. Now if you want to know more about the Tarun Yojana, Mitra initiative and such, then you can see the session on it. Okay, now coming to the next news article or the next question, that is the SEBI has introduced a comprehensive regulatory framework for specialized investment funds. So there are the specialized investment funds. This is aimed at bridging the gap between the mutual funds and the portfolio management services. So mutual funds, in the mutual funds, very small investment can also happen, that you have seen that even the SIP of rupees 250 can also happen in the mutual fund. The SIP of 500, the SIP of 1000 can also happen in the mutual fund. The investment of 1000 rupees can also happen in the mutual fund. But in the case of PMS, that is the portfolio management services, in that case, huge investment is required, a lot of money is required. So the SIFs, that is the specialized investment funds, they are the special investment funds that is launched to bridge the gap between the small investments and the huge investments. Okay, so SIFs are launched. Now they aim at bridging the gap between the mutual funds and the portfolio management services. Which of the following statement is or are incorrect regarding the SIFs, that you have to tell me. So the first statement is that the new regulations effective from April 1st mandate a minimum investment of 10 lakh rupees only. It is not 20 lakh. Okay. An investment strategy under SIF shall not invest more than 20% of its net asset value in debt and money market securities, 16% in securities rated A, 12% in securities rated A and below. This is correct actually. The investment strategy under SIF shall not invest more than 25% of its net asset value in debt and money market securities of a particular sector. So this is also correct. So only the first statement is incorrect, and that's why the right answer is 1. Okay, it is 10 lakh, it is not 20 lakh. So this is the basic idea. So the answer is E, and this is the basic idea, that the minimum investment. And let me tell you that this topic was in news in March, as well as this topic was in news in April also. In April also it was clarified that the new rule specifies that the minimum investment by an investor in all SIF, in all the specialized investment plan or in the fund strategy, should be at least rupees 10 lakh at the permanent account number level, that is at the PAN level, at the investor level. The investment should be minimum 10 lakh rupees. It is not 20, it is 10 lakh. Okay, so this is the idea. Now here, this is the guidelines. Basically, I have told you that the minimum investment should be of 10 lakh. The minimum investment is of 10 lakh, and the investment strategy under SIF shall not invest more than 20% of its net asset value in the debt and the money market securities and such. Okay, so this is what we have already discussed. Now coming to the next point, that is the registered mutual funds can establish the SIF, if they have a 3-year operational history with an average asset under management of 10,000 crores over the last 3 years and no action against them have been taken. Okay. Route 2 is hiring a chief investment officer by the mutual fund with 10 years of experience of fund management and an average asset under management of 5,000 crores. Additionally, an extra fund manager with at least 3 years of experience and the asset under management of 500 crores. This is required. So this is the idea. Okay. Yes. So this is not invest more than 20% of its NAV in debt and money market securities and particular sector. If we are talking about in the particular sector, the limit is 25%. Okay. So this is the idea. This is the question regarding the specialized investment funds. Now coming to the next question. So coming to this question, that is regarding your SME IPOs. So this we have discussed in a session also, in the Finance 360-degree session. We have discussed about the guidelines for the SME IPOs. Because recently what was happening, that there were a lot of small and medium enterprises IPOs that were coming out, and a lot of investment was happening in these SME IPOs. More than the worth of the company itself. So company is of 10 crores, but the investment that is happening is in 1000 crores and such. So it was realized by SEBI that something wrong is happening, that the investors are investing without checking the fundamentals of the company. That's why there were better guidelines and more prudent guidelines that were released for the SME IPOs. So which of the following statements is correct in regards to this SME IPO? So the portion of shares that existing shareholders can sell during an IPO is limited to 20% of the total issue size. So this is correct, because the shareholders, they cannot sell more than this. Okay. SME must report a minimum operating profit of 1 crore in at least last 2 of the last 3 financial years. So in the last 2 of the last 3 financial year, there should be profit that should be reported by the SME, okay, of at least 1 crore. Investors are now required to apply for a minimum of 2 lot in SME IPOs. So the investor, they are now required to apply for a minimum of 2 lots. 2 lots means that let's say 1 lot is of 10 shares that is worth 14,000 rupees. So this is 1 lot. Now they have to apply for 2 lots. That means they have to invest 28,000. So when they are investing more, they will look after the fundamentals and such. So for the prudent investment, it is said that at least 2 lots have to be invested, so that you have more money that you are investing, and that's why you will be more prudent and you will be more you will be checking the fundamentals. Okay. Fund allocated for general corporate purposes in SME IPOs are capped at 15%. So the first statement was correct and the third statement was correct. The second and the fourth one were incorrect. So 1 and 3 are correct, and that's why the answer is D here. Okay. The answer is D here. How many of you have said C? The fourth one is also incorrect because it is not 10%, it is 15%. Got it? Okay. So this is the idea that the profitability requirement is there, that 1 crore of profit in at least 2 of the last 3 financial years, and the portion of shares that existing shareholders can sell during an IPO is limited to 20% of the total issue size, as well as 2 lots have to be invested in the SME IPOs. This I have taken a session on this, and if you want to know more about the SME IPOs guidelines, then you can see the session. Otherwise, I have brought the important points here also. Okay. So here you can see first one is correct, third one is also correct, second and fourth are incorrect. Okay. Okay. So this is the idea. Now funds allocated for general corporate purposes in SME IPOs are capped at 15% of the total issue size of or 10 crore rupees. Okay. Okay. And yes, in this manner, do write that how many marks you have got. 1. Then like for each question, give yourself 1 marks. Okay. For each question, give yourself 1 marks. Okay. Yes, I realized later on. Okay, for all questions, give yourself 1 marks as well as try to answer this question. And this is a question that I have taught, like this is a topic that I have actually taught in the session. So now this topic also I have taught in a session. So I hope you all will be able to answer this question. Okay, now I am getting correct answers. Based on recommendations of the Social Stock Exchange Advisory Committee and the public comments received in respect of the consultation paper in the matter, Capital Markets Regulator, that is the SEBI, said it has reduced the minimum investment amount for the zero coupon, zero principal instruments on the Social Stock Exchange from 10,000 to rupees 1,000. Okay, so the minimum investment limit has been decreased from 10,000 to 1,000. This is the idea. So give yourself 1 marks if you have given the correct answer for this question, that is C. So the answer here is C. Okay, so Social Stock Exchange, this is a component, or this is a part of a stock exchange. So here we have discussed about the Social Stock Exchange segment. So Social Stock Exchange segment is present in the NSE as well as the BSE. In the Social Stock Exchange, the social enterprises or the non-performing, not-profit organization, the social enterprises, they get listed in the Social Stock Exchange. Okay, and they raise the money, these entities, they raise the money through the Social Stock Exchange, and they can release the zero coupon, zero principal bond. That is a kind of donation that the companies are taking. Okay, so the social enterprises, that is the not-profit organizations and for-profit social enterprises, they can raise the money through the social stock exchange by releasing the instrument like the zero coupon zero principle, where they are raising the money, they are receiving the money, but they will not have to give any payment back. They will not have to give any money back. So the investment limit on the zero coupon zero principle instruments have been reduced from 10,000 to 1,000. This is the idea. This is the only data point that is present here that you have to remember. Okay. And zero coupon zero principle instruments, these are the instruments that are used for donating money to the not-for-profit organizations listed on the social stock exchange. So out of the social enterprises that are listed on the social stock exchange, only the not-profit organizations can raise the money through the zero coupon zero principle instruments. Coming to the next question, the SEBI has reduced the timeline for completing the right issue to 23 days from the 126 days. So before, the right issues timeline was 126 days. It used to take 126 days, but now it will only take 23 days. Okay. Now it is being specified that right issue shall be kept open for subscription for a minimum period of how many days and the maximum period of how many days. So the minimum period of 7 days and the maximum period of 30 days. Again, I have taken a session on this also. So I hope you know about the right issue, and I hope you know that the minimum period is 7 days and maximum period is 30 days. So it is being specified that right issue shall be kept open for subscription for a minimum period of 7 days and maximum period of 30 days. And the important point is that the timeline for completing the right issue has been decreased from 126 days to 23 days. Okay. Coming to the next question. So let's be a little faster because I know that there are many questions that are going to come from ESI current affairs and general awareness is also there. So let's be a little faster now. The listed companies have to make the ESG disclosures for the value chain as per the BRSR code. So that means that the companies, they have to make the environment, social and governance disclosures for their value chain. That means the companies that are connected with the company. So let's say this is the XYZ company. So the XYZ company has to make the disclosure of the environment, social and governance norms for the value chain for the companies that are connected with this XYZ company, for the downstream and the upstream companies that are connected with this company. Again, on this topic also I have taken a session, so I hope you have seen that session. Now the value chain shall encompass the top, upstream and downstream partners of a listed entity individually comprising 2% or more of the listed entities purchases and sales value respectively. So here the answer is 2%, right? Very good. So this is the idea, that the news article was regarding that the capital market regulator SEBI has decided to include the disclosure regarding the green credit program, by listed companies under the business responsibility and sustainability reporting framework. So now the green credit program has to be, or the green credit has to be notified by the listed companies under the BRSR framework. Okay, that how many green credits have been generated or procured by the listed entity and such. Now in this value chain was also discussed, the downstream and the upstream value chain were discussed, and it was said that the companies, they have to make the disclosure of the ESG norms for their value chain. Especially the value chain refers to the value chain encompasses the top, upstream and downstream partners of a listed entity individually comprising 2% or more of the value that is transacted with the listed company. This is the idea. Okay. Now coming to the next question, that is the government has decided to provide pension to the RRB employees from November 1, 1993. So basically in the pension, it was said before that pension will be provided to the RRB employees from April 2018 onwards. Okay, this was the thing that was mentioned before. Now later on it was said that the pension will be provided to the RRB's employees. For all the RRB employees, the pension will be provided from November 1993. For all the employees that have retired in 1887, for all the employees that have retired like in the 1887 and before that, sorry, after that. So it was said that they will get the pension from 1993 onwards. Okay, so before, the retired employees of the RRBs, it was said that they will get the pension from 2018 onwards. But later on, it was specified recently in 2024, it was specified. So in 2024, it was specified that the employees, the retired employees, they will get the pension from 1993 onwards. Okay, from 1993 onwards. So now you can understand that for the gap period, the pension has to be provided for the gap period also, that is for the previous time, and that's why it was said that the RRBs, they require time. They need the time to provide the pension. They need time to provide the pension for these gap years. That's why it was said that 5 years time period will be provided to them, but not more than 5 years. Okay, so the pension liability is divided into 5 years. The pension liability has been divided into 5 years. So the pension liability will be amortized, that is, it will be spread out over a period not exceeding 5 years and subject to a minimum of 20% of the total pension liability involved being expensed every year. That means 20% of the liability has to be covered every year. So this is the answer, that 5 years is the time period that is provided for completing the pension liability, and 20% is the data point. Okay, that is 20% every year has to be covered. Yes, so basically the retired employees that are retired from the RRBs on or after 1987, they will receive, before it was said that they will receive the pension from 2018 onwards, but later on in 2024 it was said that they will receive pension from 1993 onwards. Okay, that's why now the remaining pension has to be provided by the RRBs in the time, in like 5-year time period has been given to them. This is the basic idea. Okay, so now coming to the points that the pension liability has to be divided over a period of not exceeding 5 years, and every year at least 20% of the liability has to be covered, every year. Okay, this is the idea. Any confusion here? Now coming to the next news article, sorry for that. This is regarding the ATM interchange fees. Okay, so the in regards to the ATM withdrawal fees, there is the change that has happened. So which of the following statement is or are incorrect, that you have to tell me. So the ATM interchange fee will be decided as by the ATM network. So this is absolutely correct, that the ATM interchange fee will be decided by the ATM network for the banks and such. The customers are eligible for 5 free transactions every month from their own bank ATMs. So this is actually incorrect. It is not 10, it is 5 free transactions, not 10. Customers are eligible for free transactions from other bank ATMs, that is 3 free transactions in metro cities and 5 free transactions in the non-metro cities. Beyond the free transaction, the customer may be charged a maximum fee of rupees 23. It is not 22, 23 per transaction. Applicable taxes, if any, shall be additionally payable. That's correct. These instructions shall also apply to the transactions done at the cash recycler machines, but only for the cash withdrawals. It is not applicable. It is excluding cash deposit transactions. Okay, so the second statement is incorrect. 4th and the 6th statements are incorrect. That means 1st, 3rd and 5th are correct. 1st, 3rd and 5th are correct. So this is the idea. Got it? Very good. So again on this topic also I have taken a session. So we have discussed about the interchange fee. So ATM interchange fee will be decided by the ATM network. Customers are eligible for 5 free transactions from their own bank and they are eligible for 3 free transactions from the other bank that is present, like ATM that is present in the metro cities, and the 5 free transaction in the non-metro cities. The interchange fee, that can be the money, the customer may be charged a maximum fee of rupees 23 per transaction. This is the idea. Now coming to the next news article or the next topic. So the Reserve Bank of India has won the Digital Transformation Award 2025 from Central Banking London for its efforts in rolling out the digital initiatives. Now which of the following statement is or are correct in regards to the Sarthi and Prabha that were discussed while providing the award to the RBI? So try to answer this question. So Sarthi means charioteer in Hindi, digitized all the RBI's internal workflows. That is correct. Sarthi went live in January 2023, helping employees to store and share the documents securely improving the record management and increasing the options for data analysis. This is also correct. It is for the internal workflows. Pravah means a smooth flow. Pravah means a smooth flow in Hindi. Created a digitized means for external users to submit regulatory applications, approvals, authorizations to the RBI. Launched in May 2024. So it is launched in 2024. Okay. So here the C statement is not C. The third one is wrong now. Pravah was launched recently, only last year, and Pravah means a smooth flow. So here the first and second statements are actually correct. Okay. The third one is wrong. The third one is wrong. So here you can see that Sarthi and the Pravah has been explained. So the Pravah, that means a smooth flow in Hindi. This was launched in May 2024. That is last year only. Okay. So now SRO account aggregator, this was quite in news recently, or this was quite in news in March 2025. But this topic, as it is also a part of your RBI website, so this we will discuss in the RBI session, or this we have already discussed in the RBI session. Okay. Okay. Coming to the next question, who has been appointed as the chairperson of the Inter-Ministerial Committee on Fintech, set up to address the regulatory concerns and formulate a long-term strategy for the fintech sector? So, who is the chairperson basically? Who is the chairperson? It is M. Nagaraju. Who is the chairperson? It is M. Nagaraju. Okay. So here this is the idea that the government has set up the Inter-Ministerial Industry Committee on the Fintech to look into the entire issues that affect the growth of the fintech sector and suggest the long-term strategy for its development. So M. Nagaraju has been chosen as the head of the committee. This is the basic idea. Okay. So the panel, which is being chaired by M. Nagaraju, will also look into how the fintech has influenced the broader banking and the financial service industry. Now coming to the next question, SEBI has clarified that all the NBFCs, including the housing finance companies regulated by the Reserve Bank of India, they are considered qualified buyers in terms of buying the securitized receipts. Now security receipts, we have discussed this topic in under which head? So basically the housing finance companies, they are also considered the qualified buyers under the SARFAESI Act. These entities are now permitted to invest in security receipts issued by which of the following entities? So which entity issues the security receipts? This you must know, because this security receipt topic we have discussed in multiple sessions. In 2 or 3 sessions I have discussed this with you. Is it asset management companies really? Which company is it? Is it really asset management company? No, it is asset reconstruction companies. Asset management companies, they manage the asset of yours. It is the asset reconstruction companies. It is the asset reconstruction companies that actually release the security receipts. Okay. So asset reconstruction companies, someone was just outside the door. So it is the asset reconstruction companies. Okay. So they release asset reconstruction companies, they buy the bad loans, and then these bad loans, if the asset reconstruction company is not able to pay in full for the bad loans, so asset reconstruction companies, they raise the money from the qualified buyers and they provide the security receipts to the qualified buyer. Okay. So asset reconstruction companies, if they are not able to buy the bad loans by themselves in the full amount, so the asset reconstruction companies can raise the money from the qualified buyers, that are the banks, NBFCs, financial institutions and such. So asset reconstruction company raise the money from the qualified buyers to buy this bad loan, and the asset reconstruction companies provide the security receipts to these qualified buyers. That security receipts show that the qualified buyers has a percentage of right over the bad loans. Okay. So it is the asset reconstruction companies. So here the answer is D. Now next question is, so again this topic is basic. Asset reconstruction companies release the security receipts and the housing finance companies will be able to invest in the security receipts as a qualified buyer. Now which of the following insurers were identified as the domestic systemically important insurers for the financial year 2024-25? So these insurance companies, they are the too big to fail companies. They are the too big to fail companies. That means these companies are very important for the smooth flow and smooth working of the insurance sector in our country. So these companies are LIC, the New India Assurance Company Limited, and the GIC. So these are the three companies that are considered domestic systemically important insurers. They are too big to fail insurance companies. Okay, so the right answer here is C. Here one more important topic, or the one more important news, is that the reinsurance market is set for a shake-up, as ValueAtix Reinsurance Limited, backed by Kamesh Goyal and Prem Vatsa, has become the first private sector reinsurer to receive regulatory approval. Before that, which company was the sole reinsurer in our country? So we had a sole only reinsurer Indian company. That was which company was it? Now the ValueAtix has also become the reinsurance company. Okay. So before it was GIC, right? Before it was only GIC. Now ValueAtix has also got the reinsurance status. Next, so only 2-3 questions are left. Next question is, investment by foreign portfolio investors into fully accessible route bonds surged to a 5-year high. So basically, the investment in the investment by the foreign portfolio investors into the fully accessible route. So fully accessible route, that means there are no limits, there are no restrictions and such. So that has increased. So the investment in the fully accessible route bonds have increased to a 5-year high of rupees 1.32 lakh crore in 2024-25, driven by inclusion of government securities in the JP Morgan Global Bond Index and the Bloomberg Emerging Market Local Currency Government Indices. So JP Morgan and Bloomberg, this you must have heard, they are very big names in the international domain. So JP Morgan Chase announced in 2023 that it would include Indian government bonds in its Government Bond Index Emerging Markets Index from June 2024. So India joined in June 2024 in the index with a dash weightage, increasing 1% monthly to dash by March 2025. So they joined with a 1% weightage, and now they are increasing 1% monthly to 10% by March 2025. So the answer here is 1% and 10%. Nothing much to understand here, nothing much to remember here, just the basic idea of the weightage that you need to keep in mind. That's it. Okay. Now coming to the next question, that basic, like just one line that you have to remember, that where this meeting happened. That's it. So the 8th State Level Coordination Committee meeting was conducted by RBI in dash. The committee discussed the implementation of the BIRDS rules under the banning of unregulated deposit schemes. So there are various unregulated deposit schemes that, okay, someone is saying, some entity is saying that, okay, these you all can deposit your money with me and I will return your money after 5 months. What if the entity runs away? So these are the unregulated deposit schemes that should not be running. Okay, so the State Level Coordination Committee has recently held meeting in Sikkim. So it was in Sikkim. This is the basic idea. Okay. Now coming to the next question, that is the results of the 6th round of RBI's India's Remittances Survey covering 2023-24 released shows that the share. So the result of the 6th round of the RBI's India's Remittance Survey covering 2023-24 released, this shows that the share of advanced economies in India's inward remittances. So inward remittances means that the foreign NRIs of our country, that means non-resident Indians, the Indians that are living in foreign countries, they are sending a lot of money to India. Okay, so India's inward remittances, the inward remittances has risen to surpass the share of Gulf nations. The largest share of remittances into India in 2023-24 came from which of the following countries? That is basically US. Okay, and in the second number, UAE was in the second number. Okay, so this is the basic idea. So here, the largest share of remittances, the inward remittances that has come into India from the foreign countries. So the largest remittance has come from US in the 2023-24, and the second highest remittance have come into India from UAE. Okay, so this is the idea. So here you can see that from US we received the highest of the remittances this year. After that, from UAE. This is the chart. Now coming to the last question. After that, I will give you an additional question for homework. Try to answer this question. So the Bank of Japan, acting as agent for the Minister of Finance of Japan and the Reserve Bank of India, they have signed the second amendment and restatement agreement of the BSA. Okay, so the BSA is a two-way agreement or arrangement. Under this, what happens? So this is the bilateral swap arrangement. Okay, in this what happens that the India and Japan has agreed that, let's say that India comes into a balance of payment crisis and India requires US dollars right now. So India can get the US dollars from Japan by providing the rupees to Japan, and India will get the dollars. Or let's say the Japan is in the bilateral, Japan is in the balance of payment crisis. So in this case, the Japan will give its currency to India and India will give the dollars to Japan. That means a bilateral swap arrangement has been, agreement has been signed between the two countries, so that any country that comes in the problem, India or Japan, they can get the US dollars from the other country. So the size of the bilateral swap arrangement remains unchanged, that is up to US $75 billion. Okay, so swap arrangement means India can get the dollars by giving its rupees to Japan, and India, after a time period, let's say after 3 months, after 5 months, India will have to return the dollars and India will get back the rupees. Okay, so this is the basic idea. When India requires the money, India can take the dollars from Japan by giving its rupees. After a few months, India will have to return the dollars and will get back its rupees. Okay, so this is a swap arrangement that India or Japan, any of these countries, can utilize in the case when they are under the problematic situation, and the size of the bilateral swap arrangement is $75 billion. Yes, very good everyone. So this is the idea that the renewal of the bilateral swap arrangement has happened between Japan and India, and this is the arrangement that have been signed by these two countries. Okay, and this is for $75 billion. Any confusion here? So both authorities can swap their local currencies in exchange for US dollars, but they will have to return the money. Okay, so this is the homework question. This is the last question. So this is the homework question for you all. So basically, the Ministry of Home Affairs has established the Indian Cybercrime Coordination Center to help law enforcement agencies manage cyber crimes, as well as the Citizen Financial Cyber Fraud Reporting and Management System has been launched for immediate reporting of financial frauds to stop siphoning of funds by the fraudsters. So what is the name of the AI-based tool that has been launched by the Reserve Bank of India to detect and combat money mule activities? All the students, we have discussed this a lot of time. That's why I have brought this in the homework question. Do comment down below that what is the answer. Okay, I will not tell the answer right now. I will tell the answer in the comment section directly, so that all the students that are seeing the recorded part also, they also use their brain and try to remember that what is the name of the AI tool. Okay, so this is the idea and this is your homework question. After that, Gurkira sir will be taking over for the ESI part. Any confusion? Anyone? In regards to the topics that we have done today. Any confusion? Anyone? All clear? Okay, nice. Still, if you face any problem, especially the RRB, the regional rural banks, that session I will suggest you that do see that session. For the RRBs, the pension liability amortization, that session you should see. Other than that, all the other topics you can do from the revision session. Okay. Thank you everyone. Thank you for joining.
Okay. So good evening everyone. So guys, first of all, please do let me know that whether my voice is audible to all of you. So please do let me know in the chat section quickly, guys, whether my voice is audible to all of you. Mukund, Mayank, Manish, please quickly tell me whether my voice is audible. Chalo ji. Good evening everybody. So let's start with another important component. economic and social issues. So guys, when I talk about economic and social issues, the one thing that you might have witnessed here is that there are plenty of topics, specifically in the month of March, which I think majority of you have discussed. Somehow you have an idea in the month of January और February में हो चुके थे. कुछ टॉपिक्स हैं जो हम डिस्कस करेंगे यहाँ पे जो ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. अदरवाइज कुछ टॉपिक्स ऐसे में जो अभी मई में न्यूज में है या कुछ अप्रैल में न्यूज में है, दैट वी विल कवर देयर ऑन वेयर द मेजर थिंग्स हैव हैपेंड. Otherwise, I think majority of the things we have already discussed in the previous sessions. So please to watch the previous monthly sessions also, because the things that were in news we have already discussed. So let's begin with my first question here. My first question is on a very important thing that has taken place in the month of March. That is this 12th regional 3R conference has taken place. What is this 3R conference? That is basically talking about reduce, reuse and recycle, as well as the circular economy forum. So it has taken place in the month of, it has taken place in the city of Jaipur. So you have to tell me among these 5 statements, which of the given statements are true here. Okay, so statements I have shown you in the front of your screen. So tell me what will be the answer here. Whether the theme of this event was realizing the circular economies in Asia Pacific. India's circular economy has the potential to create market worth $2 trillion by 2030. Whether this statement is right or wrong. Third is, it was actually organized by the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs along with UNCRD and IGES. India announced the launch of Global Circulatory Coalition. Whether it was a launch of Global Circulatory Coalition or something else, and then it was 3R and Circular Economy Declaration is the legally binding declaration. Whether it is a legally binding declaration or it is a non-legal binding declaration, you have to tell me about that quickly in the chat section. So quickly tell me what will be the answer here. Quickly, guys. So I got the answer from you guys that what will be the answer. Answer here should be option number C. That is absolutely right. Option C will be the right answer here. Because if you talk about this specific question, it looks quite confusing. It looks quite confusing. कैसे? क्या थीम ये थी? Realizing circular economies in Asia Pacific नहीं है. थीम एक्चुअल में क्या है? Realizing the circular societies towards achieving sustainable development goals and carbon neutrality in Asia Pacific. It's not just basic thing like that. Second is India's circular economy has the potential that it could create a market worth of $2 trillion. Absolutely right. बिल्कुल सही है यहां तक, but गलती है यहां पे. It's not 2030, it is 2050 here. Forum was organized by Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, UNCRD and IGS. ये बिल्कुल सही है, because इसको जो ऑर्गेनाइज किया है हाउसिंग एंड अर्बन अफेयर्स ने किया है यूनाइटेड नेशन सेंटर फॉर रीजनल डेवलपमेंट, दैट इज UNCRD, and Institute for Global Environment Strategies, that is IGES. They have organized this summit. Then coming to the last part, the 3R and Circular Economy Declaration, it is a legally binding. No, it's not a legal binding technically. और क्या अनाउंस किया था? अनाउंस हुआ था दोस्तों सिटीज कोलिशन फॉर सर्कुलेटरी, नॉट द ग्लोबल कोलिशन लाइक थिंग. दिस इज द थिंग दैट यू नीड टू डिस्कस हियर. ठीक है, दिस इज द थिंग यू नीड टू रिमेंबर हियर. नाउ along with this, if I talk about here, the important thing that was discussed was the CITES initiative. Okay, so CITES 1.0 was discussed during this conference. So what is CITES? CITES is about city investments to innovate, integrate and sustain. क्या क्या इन्वेस्टमेंट करने, उसी के ऊपर देखो डिस्कस करो. समझो कि सिटी को इन्वेस्ट करने के लिए, इंटीग्रेट करने के लिए क्या क्या करना पड़ेगा. सोचो क्या करना पड़ेगा हमें. अपनी सिटीज को इनोवेट, इंटीग्रेट कैसे कर सकते हैं जब हम इनको स्मार्ट सिटी, यानी कि हम इसको कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री करेंगे. इट्स अ कॉम्प्लीमेंटेशन टू द इंडिया स्मार्ट सिटी मिशन. हमने डिस्कस किया स्मार्ट सिटी मिशन. वी हैव डिस्कस्ड इन अवर स्कीम्स रिवीजन सेशंस स्मार्ट सिटी मिशन. वी हैव डिस्कस्ड दैट इन अवर यूट्यूब रिवीजन सेशंस आल्सो. स्मार्ट सिटी मिशन क्या था? रेट्रोफिट, रीडेवलपमेंट, ग्रीन डेवलपमेंट. वी हैव डिस्कस्ड ऑल अबाउट दीस थिंग्स. तो यहां पे भी यही हो रहा है. Objective is here we want to provide financial assistance through a euro 100 million loan from the French Development Agency as well as the euro 6 million grant from the European Union. This is the objective here. Basically, we are taking grant for the betterment of or for the complementation of the smart city mission here. ठीक है जी. CITES 2.0 में क्या हुआ? आपकी जो फ्रेंच डेवलपमेंट एजेंसी है वो तो थी, उसके साथ हमने जर्मन डेवलपमेंट बैंक और नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ अर्बन अफेयर्स को यहाँ पे जो है we have collaborated with them. And now the second part, the CITES 2.0 is actually running, that is from 2023 to 2027 here. Okay, so this is about the CITES initiative. And here again, One of the objective is to provide financial and technical assistance for promotion of a circular economy. Now let's talk about the second question. The second question is again about, because if you look at specifically in the month of March, बहुत बड़े बड़े आर्टिकल्स हैं, तो एक ही आर्टिकल्स में काफी ज्यादा चीजें डिस्कस हुई हैं, ठीक है. जैसे if I talk about World Wildlife Day, so important initiatives about wildlife like International Big Cat Alliance, Project Lion, Project Tiger, Project Elephant, Project Dolphin, everything was discussed during a single article. अब इसमें से IBC I have discussed with you in the month of January. Project Lion आज ही न्यूज में आया है, so we will discuss that in the month of May also. Project Tiger I have already discussed with you. Okay जी. So here is the thing here. Here's the thing we are going to discuss here. As of March 2024, which of the following statements are true regarding India's wildlife conservation measures? So India has around 1014 protected areas, which is covering 10% of the country's total land area. Is it 10%, more than that, or less than that? You tell me. India is home to 7 to 8% of the global species and hosts 4 of the world's 34 biodiversity hotspots. क्या इंडिया में 4 हैं या उससे ज्यादा हैं? IBC, we have discussed about that thing. यार बाकी कुछ आया ना है, बट ये वाला चीज गलत नहीं होती, बिकॉज ये हम पढ़ चुके हैं. इंटरनेशनल बिग कैट अलायंस, we have discussed that its headquarters is going to be set up in India. IBCA is a non-treaty based organization. Is it a non-treaty based organization? Tell me. The theme of the World Wildlife Day was wildlife conservation and people. India's river and dolphin estimation population cover 20 rivers. 20 rivers है. हमने प्रोजेक्ट डॉल्फिन के बारे में, स्टेटस ऑफ रिवर डॉल्फिन हम ऑलरेडी डिस्कस कर चुके हैं. वही चीज यहां पे सिर्फ रिपीट हुई है. तो व्हाट विल बी द आंसर नाउ? Answer here becomes, guys, that is option number B is the right answer here. Because first of all, this statement is right till this point of time, but 10% बहुत ज्यादा है यार, सिर्फ 5% है. Approximately 5% of country's total land area is basically the protected area we have in India. Then is India is home to 7 to 8%, absolutely right. IBCA is not non, it's a treaty based organization, because we have discussed in the month of January कि IBCA की ट्रीटी हुई थी और उस ट्रीटी के बेस पे हमने बेसिकली IBCA को बनाया, जिसका हेडक्वार्टर इंडिया में बनने वाला है. और इंडिया की तरफ से यूनियन मिनिस्टर ऑफ एनवायरमेंट, फॉरेस्ट एंड क्लाइमेट चेंज इज गोइंग टू हेड दिस IBCA. देन द थीम ऑफ द वर्ल्ड वाइल्ड लाइफ डे. अब ये क्वेश्चन जो है, ये कहीं ना कहीं आप ये में पढ़ते होगे यार, थीम्स डे एंड थीम्स आर इंपॉर्टेंट, एंड वर्ल्ड वाइल्ड लाइफ डे इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग, सो यू शुड नो द थीम्स आल्सो इंपॉर्टेंट डेज की. अब ये वहां से रिलेट करता है. इंडियाज रिवर एंड डॉल्फिन एस्टिमेशन is covering not 20 rivers, it is covering 28 rivers, not across 7 states. How many states? Across 8 states. So this is what this is all about. ठीक है जी. थीम क्या थी? वाइल्ड लाइफ कंजर्वेशन, दैट इज फाइनेंस, investing in people and planet here. India accounts for 7 to 8% of global species. It has 1014 protected areas covering approximately 5.32%, approximately 5% of India's land area. फिर major projects which we have started: Project Dolphin, Project Tiger, Project Cheetah, Project Elephant, and Project Lion that has been started now. And Project Lion ही आज न्यूज में भी था, PIB में, because the number of, if I talk about population of Asiatic lions have increased, and that is where Project Lion was basically seen in news. Then International Big Cat Alliance, which is a treaty-based organization, has been finalized in January 2025 with 27 member countries here. I told you about the first riverine dolphin estimation report that we've discussed now. Approximately we have 6,327 dolphins. That was basically, this survey was conducted on the Indus, Ganga, Brahmaputra basin here. 28 rivers and 8 states. Then cheetah introduction site Gandhi Sagar Sanctuary has now been identified, which is an addition to the Kuno National Park. So Gandhi Sagar Sanctuary, Bani grassland, that is now been included under the Project Cheetah here. ठीक है जी. फिर Project Tigers 50 years were completed in the year 2023, and we have seen question also on Project Tiger being asked in the examination. Average tiger population कितनी है? 3,682 here. ठीक है. So that is the basic things that were basically being highlighted in the Press Information Bureau regarding the wildlife initiatives which the government of India has taken. Let's proceed further to my next question here. The next question is about government e-marketplace, and it's a very important thing because just a few days earlier, 8th एनिवर्सरी ऑफ GEM हैज बीन सेलिब्रेटेड, गवर्नमेंट ई मार्केट प्लेस। ठीक है जी, जहां पे मैंने आपसे क्या पढ़ाया था, दिवांशु सर ने भी आपको पढ़ाया होगा कि यूपी वाज द फर्स्ट स्टेट हु हैज डिसाइडेड दैट दे वुड बी प्रोक्योरिंग, ये मैं पहले भी डिस्कस कर चुका था। उत्तर प्रदेश became the first state in India who has decided that the state procurement, state public procurement will also be done with the help of with the help of government e-marketplace। ठीक है जी, अब यहां पे क्या है कि अब एट प्रेजेंट कितनी हो चुकी है, 8 स्टेट्स हो चुकी हैं एज पर द रीसेंट इंफॉर्मेशन। नाउ लेट्स लुक एट द क्वेश्चन ऑन गवर्नमेंट ई-मार्केटप्लेस। ठीक है जी, द गवर्नमेंट हैज सेट अ प्रोक्योरमेंट टारगेट अंडर द गवर्नमेंट ई-मार्केटप्लेस वेयर इट वांट्स टू एनकरेज दैट how much percentage of procurement will be done from MSMEs, what percentage of procurement will be done from women MSMEs, and what percentage from the SC ST communities. That you have to tell me what will be the answer for that. So question number 3, I am saying Mukund Golraj is saying option B should be the answer. Let's lock option B is absolutely right. 25% from MSMEs, 3% from women, and 4% from SC ST community here. ठीक है जी, now if I talk about government e-marketplace, it is being, which is the nodal organization or which is the implementing agency of government e-marketplace, please quickly type in the chat section. Implementing agency of government e-marketplace कौन सी है? Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, working under Ministry of Commerce here. It's a Section 8 company. ठीक है जी, which is a not-for-profit company, and it is the government national public procurement portal of the government of India. National public procurement portal of the government of India. It's a national public procurement portal here. Now, if I go further here with regards to government e-marketplace, if I talk about the ideation of that, incubation of that has started taking place in 2016, but the special purpose vehicle under which the government e-marketplace portal was constructed, that was in the year 2017, and that is why we're celebrating 8th year of the incorporation of the specific thing. That is why we're celebrating 8th anniversary now. Clear about government e-marketplace, everybody? ठीक है जी, चलो. So let me proceed now with the next important question, and before I proceed guys, I just want to say that what are the important initiatives being taken under government e-marketplace. The initiatives are like Womania initiative, which is for empowering of women entrepreneurs. We have Swayat for supporting startups and MSMEs. We have Startup Runway 2.0 and the Saras collection, which is a handmade products from self-help groups. This is what we are doing. This is what the government e-marketplace is, how it is helping the people from different professions, or you can talk about from different, MSMEs को कर रहा है, women को कर रहा है. This is how different sectors are being targeted under the government e-marketplace here. Next question is about the Nirbhaya fund here, very important thing. Okay जी, चलो. So government of India has provided an update on the utilization of Nirbhaya fund and its associated schemes. Consider the following statements with regards to Nirbhaya funds utilization here. It says over 75% as of approximately rupees 7,712.85 crore rupees here. अब मैं आपसे पहले बोल रहा हूं, ये सिर्फ फिगर मैंने आपको डराने के लिए डाली है. इन द मेन एग्जामिनेशन देयर इज अ वेरी लेस चांस कि वो एग्जैक्ट फिगर आपसे कोट करेगा, बहुत कम चांस है. अनलेस एंड अनटिल इट्स अ माइलस्टोन, तभी करेगा, नहीं तो नहीं करेगा. ठीक है जी, ओवर 75% of the allocation amount under Nirbhaya fund has been utilized. One-stop centers which are funded under the Nirbhaya fund provide legal, medical and temporary shelter for the women, and I've discussed this one-stop center scheme also with you guys. जब मैंने मिशन शक्ति स्कीम आपको अभी बढ़ाई है, you just go to the EduTap regulatory bodies YouTube channel. वहां पे जब हमने मिशन शक्ति पढ़ा था, उसी के समर्थ्य कंपोनेंट के अंदर हमने क्या पढ़ा था, आपका one-stop centers. Then the emergency response support system is the toll-free helpline dedicated solely for reporting cybercrime. Is it right? Is it only for reporting cybercrime? So what should be the answer here? देखो यहाँ पे before Gururaj, I said before you said that I want to skip this question. Look at this point ना, solely. भैया कैलकुलेटिव गैस, तो सोलली तो गलत ही होगा, ये भी गलत, ये भी गलत, ये भी गलत, ये भी गलत. आंसर विल बी ऑप्शन नंबर ए 1 and 2. Getting my point here? This is what we have to do. ठीक है ना, यही चीज आपको यहां पे करनी है कि ऑलवेज यूज योर थिंग, ऑलवेज यूज द एग्जीक्यूशन, दैट हाउ यू कैन गो विद द पार्ट जो आपने याद किया. देखो यहां पे सोलली तो ऐसा कभी नहीं है. इमरजेंसी रिस्पॉन्स सिस्टम इज नॉट ओनली फॉर साइबर क्राइम, इट इज फॉर एवरीथिंग. मतलब आप कोई भी साइबर क्राइम या कोई भी हेल्पलाइन है, ये है इमरजेंसी रिस्पॉन्स सपोर्ट सिस्टम. नाउ अनदर क्वेश्चन ऑन द इनिशिएटिव्स टेकन विद रिगार्ड्स टू वुमेन. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन आई एम आस्किंग अगेन ऑन दैट थिंग. Various digital and support mechanisms for women were highlighted under the Press Information Bureau or by the government. Consider the following statements. Women Helpline 181 offers 24/7 support including referral to police, hospitals and legal aid services. The sexual harassment election box, that is She Box portal, is only accessible to the women in the organized and public sectors here. Then we have Project 3 Madhuraksha, focuses on strengthening mental health services in one-stop centers. Is it right that? So what will be the answer here? So what is the answer here? Answer here again becomes option number A. 1 and 3 is the right answer here. अब देखो यहां पे भी यही लिखा है that sexual harassment portal is only accessible to women. How it is only? It is accessible to every woman. How it's only for women in organized and public sector? So this is the thing. Whenever you go with the statement-based questions, always look at the keywords that I always say to you guys. Look at the keywords. क्या only पूछ रहा है, exclusively पूछ रहा है, ये चीजें हमेशा आपको एग्जामिनेशन में हेल्प करेंगी when you look at the question here. ठीक है जी. Next question again I am asking you with regards to the women conservation or women regarding initiatives that have been taken. That is the Safe City project. So Safe City project is been launched with the name to create secure and empowering environment for women in the public places, ठीक है जी, and was highlighted in 8 major cities across India. So tell me which of the following is not one of the city under the Safe City project here. Now I will say it's a very difficult question, and this is a sort of question, if this sort of question comes into your examination, then we would say, we would rank that examination कि बहुत difficult है. Delhi, Bengaluru, Ahmedabad, Jaipur, Chennai. So which of the following is not a member here? So its answer is option number B. 4 is the correct. Four is the correct. मतलब चौथी जयपुर नहीं है. ठीक है जी. चलो. So let's look at the important initiatives. First of all, let's talk about Nirbhaya Fund. So important initiatives for women. Nirbhaya Fund. Government said we have utilized 7,712 crore rupees, which is approximately 75% utilization. Approximately 75%, exactly 76% हो चुका है. Women Helpline provides 24/7 support for women facing violence, offering rehearsal to police stations and hospitals and legal aid here. Emergency response system, it's an integrated system that unifies the emergency number for seamless response. ऐसा कुछ नहीं लिखा हुआ है कि सिर्फ किसी स्पेसिफिक लोगों के लिए, सबके लिए है. One-stop centers that have been established under the Nirbhaya Fund, they provide an integration support to the women who are affected by violence. And if I talk about here, under this one-stop centers, Project Istri Madhuraksha has been started for those women who are trauma-ridden, trauma-informed mental health care. यानी कि कोई वुमेन जो ट्रॉमा में चले गई हैं, उनको ट्रॉमा से बाहर निकालना, उनकी मेंटल हेल्थ को बड़ा करना, ये यहां पे सही आंसर है, ना कि सिर्फ मेंटल हेल्थ को स्ट्रेंथन करना है ट्रॉमा से. ठीक है जी. सेक्सुअल हरासमेंट शी बॉक्स, इट्स अ प्लेटफॉर्म फॉर वुमेन रजिस्टर्ड वर्कर्स to register workers who are at workplace facing sexual harassment complaints. उसके लिए बनाया गया. ऐसा नहीं है. It is accessible to all women regardless of the work sector, organized, unorganized, public or private sector. Then talk about Safe City project here. It is being approved at present in 8 cities to create a safe, secure and empowering environment for women in public places. Now if I talk about here, what are these 8 cities? These are Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai, Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Ahmedabad and Lucknow. So I would say guys, 8 cities, please go through them 2 to 3 times, पढ़ लो इनको. They will be important. फिर आता है मेरी सहेली इनिशिएटिव, इंडियन रेलवे का इनिशिएटिव है. Focus on providing security to women across all zones with an objective to provide safety and security to lady passengers. Then Mahila Police Volunteers initiative of Ministry of Home Affairs and Ministry of Women and Child Development to basically bridge the gap between the police and the community. ठीक है, तो जो वुमेन्स डिस्ट्रेस में उनको कैसे हम प्रिजर्व, कैसे प्रोटेक्ट कर सकते हैं, दैट इज वेयर दिस इनिशिएटिव वाज सीन इन न्यूज़ हियर. नाउ this is a very important question because I think this question I have already discussed with you in terms of unit budget. ठीक है जी, यूनिट बजट में डिस्कस किया हुआ था, फेब में भी ये बहुत ज्यादा न्यूज में था. MSME is one of the important sector here. But if you look at the question here, now MSME is very important with regards to your NABARD examination, with regards to your RBI examination. They're very important. अब क्वेश्चन क्या है जी, as of March, what is the maximum loan amount for which no collateral security is required for the micro and small enterprise? It is not talking about MSME, it is MSE. What is the amount? 5 lakh, 10 lakh, 15 lakh, 25 lakh, 50 lakh. Absolutely right. I could say Superva, Gururaj, Manish, absolutely right guys. Answer is option number B, 10 lakh rupees. 10 लाख तक माइक्रो एंड स्मॉल एंटरप्राइजेस को लोन जो है कोलेटरल फ्री मिल सकता है. अगर मैं इसी केस में एक स्कीम को ऐड करूं जो हमने अभी पढ़ी है, मुद्रा स्कीम. नाउ अंडर द मुद्रा स्कीम, what is the maximum amount of collateral free loan that can be granted under PM Mudra scheme? Tell me quickly in the chat section. And I want all of you to answer me the question guys, because आप सबने चीज पढ़ी हुई है. Let me see how many of you know the answer here quickly guys. How many? 10 lakh rupees for which no collateral is required. Answer is 20 लाख यार. 20 लाख, 10 लाख कैसे हो गया? तरुण प्लस कैटेगरी नहीं आई अब? तरुण प्लस कैटेगरी भी तो आई है. So answer should be 20 lakh rupees now. Earlier it was 10 lakh rupees, but as per the unit budget 25-26, it has enhanced the limit. If you have paid the loan of 10 lakh, you can be granted a loan of rupees 20 lakh rupees. तो कोलेटरल फ्री तो ये भी है. अब मुझे बताओ मुद्रा में नो प्रोसेसिंग फी इज चार्ज फॉर विच लोन? नो प्रोसेसिंग फी इज चार्ज फॉर शिशु लोन. So guys, all these things keep on relation, keep in relation. यही माइंड मैपिंग है, यही रिलेशन है, यही फ्लैश कार्ड्स हैं, यही बेस्ट वे है. मैं बोलूंगा ये वन ऑफ द बेस्ट वे टू रिमेंबर द थिंग्स. So always relate the current affairs because then it will become easy for you. Otherwise अगर मैं बोलूं कि मैं यहां पे छोड़ दूं MSCs को लेके, कंफ्यूज हो जाओगे. पढ़ो कि मैंने क्या पढ़ा था. ठीक है जी, चलो. Let's look at the question. Let's look at the thing here. Initiatives taken by the government of India with regards to the providing increasing credit access and finances for MSMEs. So सबसे पहले loan processing timeline. Banks are required to make credit decision within 14 working days for a loan up to rupees 25 lakh for MSCs. Then it says collateral free loan 10 lakh तक कोई collateral required नहीं है. Working capital requirement for borrowing limit up to rupees 5 crores. Working capital should be minimum 20% of the project turnover. Then आ जाता है जी interest rate benchmarking. Banks are advised to link the interest rates on MSME loans to an external benchmark rate. Unified lending interface, one of the important thing that was announced at the RBI at the 90 global conference in August 2024. ठीक है जी, which is known as the public tech platform for frictionless credit. तो credit को frictionless provide करने के लिए ये चीज स्टार्ट की गई थी. RBI governor mentioned JAM, Trinity, Jan-Dhan, Aadhaar and mobile, very important. Okay ji. Then important thing if I talk about here, Udyamitra. Udyamitra is launched by SIDBI, okay, in 2016 to basically provide end-to-end delivery of financial and non-financial services to the MSME sector here. GST Sahai app again developed by SIDBI in association with the public sector bank loans, online PSP loans. इसका ऑब्जेक्टिव भी यही है, provide फिनटेक टेक्नोलॉजीज, ठीक है जी, फिनेक टेक्नोलॉजीज प्राइवेट लिमिटेड और एथिक्स फिनटेक प्राइवेट लिमिटेड जो है, इनको लैंडिंग सर्विसेज अप्रूवल जो दिया गया है. ओके, देन वी हैव समाधान पोर्टल अगेन फॉर मॉनिटरिंग द आउटस्टैंडिंग ड्यूज फॉर MSCs, ये बना दिया. PSP लोन इन 59 minutes, which means under this thing you have to apply and within 59 minutes the loan would be approved here. That is the thing that you need to know here. ठीक है. Now with regards to the MSMEs, that is the next question I want to ask you, because investment and turnover criteria for MSMEs was discussed in the unit budget, and from 1st of April 2025 onwards, now this is the new criteria or new definition of micro, small and medium enterprises. Tell me what is the right answer here. And I think guys, this is one question which all of you know. ये क्वेश्चन गलत नहीं होना चाहिए. लेट मी बी ऑनेस्ट गाइस टू ऑल ऑफ यू बडी. देखो यार, ये कैसा क्वेश्चन अगर एग्जाम में आए तो मैं इसको डिफिकल्ट कभी नहीं मानूंगा, बिकॉज ये इजी क्वेश्चन है. ये इजी क्वेश्चन है, इतनी बार हम पढ़ चुके हैं, इतनी बार डिस्कस हो चुका है कि ये क्वेश्चन गलत नहीं करके आना. जिधर मर्जी से एग्जामिनर पूछ ले, ये गलत नहीं करना, बिकॉज अगर ये वाले क्वेश्चन में भी इशू आ रहा है तो माय डियर फ्रेंड्स मुश्किल होने वाली है. फिर मैं आपको ऑनेस्टली बोल रहा हूं कि फिर डिफिकल्ट होने वाला है. ठीक है जी, चलो. So as per the revised criteria, 1st of April 2025, micro enterprise can have an investment up to 2.5 crore rupees and turnover of 10 crore rupees. For small, it is 125 and 500, and for medium, it is 25 and 100. अब देखो सिंपल बात, हम पढ़ते हैं MSME, MSM, micro, small, medium. How can a medium enterprise criteria can be lower than a small enterprise criteria? It's a simple question. वैसे भी आपको पता ही था इसका आंसर गलत है, बट ये रिवाइस वर्सा लिखे हुए हैं. So small enterprise investment is 25 crore rupees, turnover is 100 crore rupees, and for the medium enterprise investment limit is 125 crore rupees and turnover is 500 crore rupees. This is the new revised criteria. But let's look at the earlier criteria. अर्लियर कितना था? इन्वेस्टमेंट 2.5x should be the thing here, and for turnover it was 2x formula. That is a simple thing. इसको 2 से डिवाइड कर दो, 250, 50 and 5 crore rupees. Turnover 1 crore, 10 crores and 50 crores. That was the earlier investment limit and that was the earlier turnover limit. So do this calculation. That's very very important here. Okay जी, चलो. Let's look at my next question. Question number 9 here. Chalo. The 73rd and 74th constitutional amendments reserved 1/3 of seats in Panchayati Raj seat institutions or Panchayati Raj institutions and municipal bodies. One of the important topic if you are preparing for NABARD examination. NABARD का तो favorite topic है जी, Panchayati Raj institutions. NABARD always try to ask question on this thing because it's a clear cut topic defined in our syllabus also, Panchayati Raj institutions. Now coming to this part, how many states has a 50% reservation being implemented in the Panchayati Raj institutions as of March 2025? So what will be the answer here? Answer here is option number C, that is 21. Okay ji? So one, if I talk about here, 21 states and 2 union territories as of now have provided 50% reservation in Panchayati Raj institutions. That is the recent data that was quoted by the Minister of Panchayati Raj during the parliamentary session here. So please do remember this factual information. हो सकता है एग्जाम में एग्जैक्ट फैक्ट पूछा जाए, तो इसलिए क्वेश्चन मैंने आपको यहाँ पे प्रोवाइड कर दिया है. Let's look at the next question here because we've discussed about the women related initiatives. Let's talk about next question. That's on Raisina dialogue. We have seen a paragraph based question already in Raisina dialogue that was asked in the examination of 2022. Raisina dialogue, RBI grade B, phase 2, 2022. Raisina dialogue, there was a paragraph based question. And one of that question was regarding the themes that was being highlighted during the Raisina conference. अब Raisina का एक एनुअल डायलॉग होता है जिसमें अपने सिक्योरिटी डायलॉग्स जो है जनरली पूछे जाते हैं, ठीक है ना. एंड दैट वाज वन ऑफ द लर्निंग फ्रॉम द एग्जामिनेशन ऑफ 2022 कि अगर मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एक्सटर्नल अफेयर्स या कोई गवर्नमेंट कोई प्रोमिनेंट डायलॉग्स करते हैं, दैट शुड बी कवर्ड फॉर योर फेज 2 ऑल्सो. सो व्हाट इज द आंसर हियर? Which of the following is not one of the 6 thematic pillars discussed under the Raisina dialogue? That is, politics interrupted, shifting sands and rising tides, resolving the green trilemma, that is who, where and how, digital planet, economic recovery and rebuilding the supply chains, the tiger tail, rewriting development within a new plan, investing in peace, driver institutions and leadership. So what is the answer here? आंसर इज ऑप्शन नंबर ए, द फोर्थ स्टेटमेंट इज इकोनॉमिक रिकवरी की बात यहां पे नहीं की गई थी, बात एक्चुअल में किसकी गई है? लेट्स लुक एट द थिंग्स हियर. इट वाज बेस्ड ऑन दिस 6 themes with the theme काल चक्र, people, peace and planet. The first thing that we've discussed is political interrupted. We have said that the global changing power dynamics and the rise of new actors are basically creating challenges in the traditional international relations. तो इसकी बात हुई. Revolving or resolving the green trilemma, where we said that we now have to focus on balancing the climate change, economic growth and the environment sustainability, which is one of the prime nara the Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji is giving. कि environmental sustainability, climate change impacts are very, very important, and that's why you will see from the past few months many climate related initiatives are being discussed. तो इसलिए climate बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक बन जाता है आपके इस साल के एग्जाम के लिए. Digital planet agents, agencies and absences here, where you are examining the impact of technology on governance, economies, societies here. Militant mercantilism, तो इकोनॉमिक की बात देखिए, मिलिटेंट मर्केंटलिज्म की बात की गई है, where we are going to analyze the rise of economic nationalism and protectionism. Now, let me ask you a very basic question here. We're talking about militancy here. Let's talk about, can you tell me which is the operation which the government has recently conducted for the next slides? All of you are aware about Operation Sindoor, but can you tell me which is the following operation the government of India has conducted with regards to the next slides here? Because militant से याद आ गया, Operation Sindoor terrorists के लिए, ये militants के लिए यूज किया जाता है. Tiger still rewriting development with a new plan here, highlighting the perspective of global south here. Investing in peace, diverse institutional leadership, and where we are exploring the security threats and leadership to maintain the global stability and peace here. So next slides के लिए कौन सा ऑपरेशन था? That is ऑपरेशन ब्लैक फॉरेस्ट. बहुत ज्यादा न्यूज में है ऑपरेशन ब्लैक फॉरेस्ट, तो इसका नाम भी याद रखना. दिस इज एज इक्वल, दिस इज एज इंपॉर्टेंट एज वी हैव ऑपरेशन सिंदूर हियर. सो दिस ईयर इफ यू टॉक अबाउट हियर ऑपरेशन सिंदूर इज बीइंग हाइप्ड मोर. चांसेस कम है, मैंने कह रहा नहीं आ सकता, आ सकता है, बट ऑपरेशन सिंदूर में जो जो टेक्टिकल्स हमने यूज किए हैं, द क्वेश्चन कैन बी आस्क्ड ऑन दोस थिंग. बट यस, these sort of operations are again very very important because it's a very big initiative. Next slides के लिए बहुत तगड़ा initiative government ने लिया है, so you should be aware about these things. Let's look at the next question. UN80 initiative, because we know that the 80th anniversary of the United Nations is going to be celebrated this year, that is in the year 2025. Now the question is very simple. Which among the following country is the highest contributor in United Nations? And the answer is quite simple, which I am assuming every one of you know, that is United States of America, USA. Okay जी, चलो. So US is the single largest financial contributor to the United Nations, which is actually paying 22% of the regular budget and 27% of the peacekeeping budget here. Okay. Now let's look at the next question here. This is a paragraph based question I'm asking you now here, because paragraph based questions, again we have to practice those things also. So let's look at this question now. That is on climate change on national adaptation plan here. ठीक है जी, please go through the paragraph. I'm giving you at least 1 minute to go through the paragraph. आप पढ़ लीजिए एक बार पैराग्राफ को, फिर हम क्वेश्चन पे आते हैं. And my dear friends, guys, the question like that we've discussed, यूनाइटेड नेशन का सबसे बड़ा कंट्रीब्यूटर कौन सा? ये वन ऑफ द इजी क्वेश्चन है यार. ये क्वेश्चन एग्जाम अगर मिल गया ना, तो मतलब ये तो बिल्कुल नहीं छोड़ना. Because every one of you always ask me questions on how to attempt the questions in paper, and this is the temptation. The question, you have to look at all the questions so that you can find out these sort of icing on a cake like questions. ये क्वेश्चंस पहले हो जाएं. हाँ, जो क्वेश्चंस डिफिकल्ट हैं, जैसे मैंने पूछा था अभी, सेफ सिटी प्रोजेक्ट में कौन सी सिटी नहीं है, मुश्किल क्वेश्चन है, उसको टाइम लगाओ, उसको बाद में कवर करो. ओके, नाउ लेट्स लुक एट अ क्वेश्चन हियर. द पैराग्राफ वाज हाइलाइटिंग अबाउट नेशनल अडैप्टेशन प्लान हियर. सो टेल मी, it was highlighting India's national adaptation plan, which includes 8 guiding principles. Which of the following is one of the key principle of India's national action plan? Tell me. Technology driven, gender responsive, market driven, government centric, or profit driven? So what will be the answer here? Answer here is, that is gender responsive is one of the key principles of India's national action plan here. Let's look at my next question. Question number 13. India has discussed the sectoral priorities under its national adaptation plan. Which of the following is not included as a sectoral priority under the National Action Plan of India? Tell me. Chalo. So what will be the answer here? Answer here is, guys, that is option number C. Technology is actually not a part of the sectoral priorities. Let's look at the next question. The next question is on Green Climate Fund, because the paragraph was talking about Green Climate Fund and your National Action Plan. So with regards to Green Climate Fund, tell me which of the following statements, which of the following is right with regards to the CANCUS agreement. So it is being said that it was mentioned that the Green Climate Fund was established under the CANCUS agreement that was signed in the year 2010. You have to tell me, where has this CANCUS agreement been signed? You can tell me. So this CANCUS agreement, it was actually signed in the country of Mexico. ठीक है, अगर पंजाबी हो तो पंजाबियों में गाना सुना होगा करण औजला, ठीक है ना, आजा मेक्सिको चलिए. That is the thing here. CANCUS agreement is about that. Chalo. Let's look at the next question here. India's national adaptability plan was outlined. Okay, which of the following statement are correct with regards to this priority? The first priority under the national adaptation plan is to strengthen the knowledge system. Second priority is enhancing the infrastructure resilience. And third priority is reducing exposure to climate risk. So which of the following statements given here are correct regarding the priorities here? So my dear friends, what will be the answer here? Okay, G, 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 1 and 3, all of the above, none of the above. So right answer here is, that is option number C, 1 and 3 is the right answer here. Okay, G, let's look at the question now. Okay, G, because if I talk about the national adaptation plan, ठीक है जी. So अब क्या हुआ? बुर्किना फासो was the first country to submit a national adaptation plan in 2015. इंडिया ने कब बनाया था? इंडिया का जो प्लान है वो मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एनवायरमेंट, फॉरेस्ट एंड क्लाइमेट चेंज के अंदर जो है हमने बनाया है. लेट्स लुक एट फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल दिस थ्री फोल्ड प्रायोरिटीज: स्ट्रेंथनिंग नॉलेज सिस्टम, enhancing adaptive capacity, reducing the exposure to climate risk, whereas it has been reduced enhancing the infrastructure resilience. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. It is about reducing exposure to climate risk here. 8 key principles. They are country driven, integrated and multi-sectoral, gender responsive, participatory and transparent. This should be, देखो कि सिंपल चीज है, हमने बनाया अपना नेशनल एडेप्टेशन प्लान, तो वो कैसा होगा? आप सिंपल सोचो, फॉरगेट अबाउट एवरीथिंग, जस्ट थिंक फ्रॉम योर कॉमन सेंसिकल पर्सपेक्टिव. क्या होना चाहिए? मैं कोई भी प्लान बनाऊंगा, दैट शुड बी माय कंट्री ड्रिवन प्लान. सिंपल एज दैट. माय प्लान शुड बी कंट्री ड्रिवन. अगर मैं अपनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लिए प्लान बनाऊंगा तो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ड्रिवन होगा. मैं करंट अफेयर के लिए प्लान बना रहा हूं तो वो करंट अफेयर ड्रिवन प्लान होगा ना. हाउ कैन अ करंट अफेयर प्लान बी अ क्यूआरए ड्रिवन प्लान? इट कैन नॉट बी ड्रिवन. इट्स अ कंट्री ड्रिवन प्लान. द प्लान विच आई एम मेकिंग कंट्री ड्रिवन, इट शुड बी इंटीग्रेटेड एंड इट शुड बी मल्टी सेक्टोरल इन नेचर. कि प्लान हमेशा इंटीग्रेट बनाना चाहिए. हम हमेशा आपसे बोलते हैं, whenever you are preparing for current affairs for RBI or NABARD examination, it is one thing that you should always prepare in an integrated manner. तो ये भी ये चीज है, इंटीग्रेटेडली बनाओ और मल्टी सेक्टोरल को लगाओ. अब इंडियन केस में अगर आप इंटीग्रेटेड प्लान की बात करो तो इट शुड बी जेंडर रिस्पॉन्सिव ऑल्सो. इट शुड बी जेंडर रिस्पॉन्सिव. If it's a gender responsive, how you can make it a gender responsive when you make it a participatory or transparent? अगर जेंडर रिस्पॉन्सिव तभी होगा ना जब आप उसको पार्टिसिपेटरी ले आओगे. और पार्टिसिपेटरी भी कैसे? जहां पे यू विल बी इंक्लूडिंग दी वल्नरेबल ग्रुप्स ऑल्सो. दैट इज द थिंग ऑफ मेकिंग इट इंक्लूसिव प्लान. देन इंक्लूसिव ऑफ वल्नरेबल ग्रुप्स, communities and ecosystems. Your thing should be, your plan should be science driven and informed by traditional knowledge. आप अपनी traditional knowledge को लेके आप उसको scientifically driven यूज करो. Make it iterative and adaptive. And then is the last part here. Whole of government and whole of society approach should always be taken here. Then let's talk about the 9 key sectors. ये तो हमने इस प्रिंसिपल पे प्लान बना लिया. अब उसको बनाया किसके अंदर है? जो भी बेसिक चीज है, वाटर, एग्रीकल्चर, डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट, health, forest, ecosystem, biodiversity, poverty, traditional knowledge, adaptation resources. This is the thing here. Okay, ji. And if I talk about here, India is saying that India's national action plan is to be submitted to the United Nations Federation on Convention on Climate Change during the COP30 that is going to take place in the year, that is going to take place in Brazil this year. Okay. Now, what is Green Climate Fund? It's a simple fund dedicated financing vehicle for the developing countries within the global climate architecture. It is being set up at Korea, that is Songdo. And if we talk about, it's the largest climate fund which was established under the Cancun Agreement that was signed in Mexico in the year 2010. Okay, ji. Now let's further talk about the next question here. That is during the official visit of the Prime Minister of New Zealand, okay, ji, the Indo-Pacific Oceans Initiative was discussed. So if I talk about here, New Zealand has joined this Indo-Pacific Initiative. इसके अलावा यूरोपियन यूनियन ने भी जो है Indo-Pacific Oceans Initiative ज्वाइन किया है. Now you tell me which of the following statements are correct regarding the Indo-Pacific Ocean Initiative. It was launched by India in the year 2019 at the East Asia Summit in Bangkok. It's a non-treaty based voluntary framework which is for promoting cooperation for a free and open Indo-Pacific trade here. The Indo-Pacific Oceans Initiative covers the 5 pillars. And guys, every year if you look at these examinations, they're asking questions on these type of organizations. Colombo Security Conclave, asked previous year. एशियान बिम्स्टेक तो फेमस ही हैं, और ये सिर्फ और सिर्फ यहाँ पे रेलिवेंट है. नाबार्ड भी पूछता है रीजनल कॉर्पोरेशंस के ऊपर. बिम्स्टेक पे उसने पूछा है, नाटो पे उसने पूछा है, एशियान पे उसने पूछा है. So again, these sort of organizations are important. These sort of initiatives are important for both regulatory bodies examination. And yes, if somehow you are preparing for IRDAI, SEBI, or let's say for APFC, if you are preparing, APFC में भी ये काम आ जाएगा भाई, क्योंकि APFC में भी मैंने कह रहा है इंडो पैसिफिक चीज, ये तो जो रीजनल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, रीजनल इनिशिएटिव है, वो तो यहाँ पे भी काम आते हैं, है ना जी. चलिए, so what will be the answer here, guys? The answer here will be, that is option number A. 1 and 2 is right because it is not covering 5 pillars. It is actually catering to the 7 pillars here. The 7 pillars are maritime security, maritime ecology, maritime resources, capacity building and resource sharing, disaster risk reduction, science, technology, or trade connectivity and maritime transport here. This I have already discussed with you that European Union and New Zealand has joined this Indo-Pacific Oceans Initiative. It's an initiative launched by India. That is why it's very, very important. Okay, ji? Philosophy is based on India Sagar Initiative, that is security and growth for all in the region here. Okay, now let's talk about the next question here. National Program for Organic Production. It was highlighted during the parliamentary session. So which of the given statements are correct regarding this initiative? NPOP was launched in 2001 by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry through APEDA. The purpose of this initiative is to include the accreditation of certification bodies and promotion of organic farming and marketing. The upgraded TraceNet 2.0 platform basically facilitates the certification of organic producers across the globe here. So tell me which of the given statements are correct here. 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 1 and 3, all of the above. So guys, right answer is option number A. 1 and 2 यहाँ पे सही है. अब देखते हैं कि ये प्रोग्राम क्या है. ठीक है जी. Let's talk about this initiative. So National Program for Organic Production was actually news because India has highlighted about its export data. Agriculture export has grown up to 22.7 billion US dollar from 22.7 to 48.15 billion US dollars. इसमें जो national program for organic production है, it was being discussed, but it is said that it is expected to benefit around 20 lakh farmers from, ठीक है, जहां पे हम ऑर्गेनिक प्रोडक्ट का एक्सपोर्ट जो है वो एक्सीड करने वाला है अप टू 1 billion by 25-26 ईयर. Talking about this initiative, it's an initiative that was launched in the year 2001. ठीक है जी. Recently, 8th edition of this National Program for Organic Production was released in the January 2025. TraceNet 2.0 is the upgrade online organic traceability platform for seamless operation and enhanced tool regulatory oversight here. इसलिए यहाँ पे जो ये वाला पार्ट है ऑर्गेनिक प्रोड्यूसर्स की बात नहीं करता, ये बेसिकली ऑर्गेनिक ट्रेसेबिलिटी की बात करता है. ठीक है जी. चलो, लेट्स लुक एट द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन हियर. दैट इज यूनिफाइड लॉजिस्टिक इंटरफेस प्लेटफॉर्म, यूलिप हियर. So tell me, recently the ULIP has made a significant progress जहां पे कितने APIs, मुझे बता सकते हो कितने APIs रिसीव हुए थे, कितने APIs, the milestone of how many APIs ULIP has achieved? Tell me about that also in the chat section. Now my question is with regards to the ULIP, Unified Logistic Interface Platform. ULIP was launched in the year 2022 under the National Logistics Policy. It was developed by the National Industrial Corridor Development Corporation, NICDC Logistics Data Services Limited, which is a joint venture between government and the NEC Corporation. Ministry of Finance is actually the nodal ministry for ULIP. Is that right? Is it Ministry of Finance? Everyone of no. Which ministry is responsible? It's not Ministry of Finance. So कौन सी ministry responsible है? Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Because when I talk about logistics का काम कॉमर्स में रिलेट होता है भाई, फाइनेंस में नहीं होता. This is how you can solve this question. Logistics is commerce. That is why this third statement was wrong here. And the answer is that ULIP has achieved a milestone of reaching 100 crore API transactions, application program interface transactions. 100 crore से ज्यादा हो गए ULIP प्लेटफॉर्म पे. That is the major milestone all of you must remember. ठीक है जी. Now talking about this NICDC Logistics Data Limited 2015 में बना था, जॉइंट वेंचर है इंडिया और जापान के बीच में, ये याद रखना. So this NEC Corporation is actually a Japanese company, not an Indian company. Remember this thing. Now, let me proceed to my next question here. I think this is a question that I have already discussed with you. कि ADB का हेडक्वार्टर कहां पे? सबको पता है ADB का हेडक्वार्टर है मनीला. It's again a line of a lollipop question I've given to you, like I've given you question of United Nations. ठीक है जी. तो I think these are some questions which every one of you should get 100% right. ADB का हेडक्वार्टर कहां पे है? एंड अगर किसी का ये क्वेश्चन गलत हुआ है सो भाई फिर बहुत ज्यादा अपने आप को आपको खींचना पड़ेगा. तैयारी सही नहीं जा रही, खींच लो अपने आप को. ठीक है जी. चलो, तो हुआ क्या है? एशियन डेवलपमेंट इज फंडिंग दिस स्माइल प्रोग्राम विच इज द स्ट्रेंथनिंग मॉडल एंड इंटीग्रेटेड लॉजिस्टिक इकोसिस्टम. ये भी लॉजिस्टिक्स का ही प्रोग्राम है. ठीक है जी. एंड द ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ दिस प्रोग्राम इज टू रिड्यूस लॉजिस्टिक कॉस्ट, improve infrastructure efficiency and support the PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan of the Government of India. It aims to enhance India's performance in logistic index to create the opportunities also. And यहाँ पे basically gender audit of land ports, gender inclusion in trade, वो भी यहाँ पे mandate किया जा रहा है. Now let's look at my next question here. In the March 2025 SBI Eco Rap report, which is an annual report of SBI, State Bank of India, has been released. So SBI Eco Rap report highlighted that state-wise inflation trends, and Kerala recorded the highest overall inflation at the rate of 7.3%. While you have to tell me which state has recorded the lowest inflation. Quickly tell me. Okay, so what will be the answer here? I got the answer from many of you, that is Telangana, and it's absolutely right here. ठीक है जी. तो एसबीआई इको रैप रिपोर्ट है जो कि एनुअल रिपोर्ट है, स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया निकालता है. इट सेड सीपीआई इन्फ्लेशन इज एट 3.6%, कोर इन्फ्लेशन इज 4.4%, इंडस्ट्रियल ग्रोथ इज एट 5%. दीज डाटा अगेन आई वुड से बहुत ज्यादा इंडेक्स पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं है. मेन पढ़ना है ये वाला पार्ट, स्टेट वाइज इन्फ्लेशन एंड द रूरल वर्सेज अर्बन इन्फ्लेशन. तो रूरल इन्फ्लेशन कंसिस्टेंटली हायर है एज कंपेयर टू द अर्बन एरियाज. ये हमेशा याद रखना है. ये वाला पार्ट याद रखना कि केरला हैज रिकॉर्डेड द हाईएस्ट ओवरऑल इन्फ्लेशन whereas तेलंगाना रिकॉर्डेड द लोएस्ट ओवरऑल इन्फ्लेशन. ओके, एंड देयर इज अ ड्रॉप इन गार्लिक प्राइसेस पोटेंशियल टू द डाइटरी चेंजेस. सो महाकुंभ में बेसिकली डाइटरी चेंजेस के कारण जो बोला गया कि गार्लिक के प्राइसेस बहुत ज्यादा ड्रॉप हुए थे बिकॉज डिमांड ही कहीं ना कहीं वो कम हो गई थी. ठीक है जी. चलो जी, लेट्स लुक एट द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन हियर. Recently, the World Meteorological Organization launched the I-Climate Action Project. Consider the following statements regarding this initiative of I-Climate. The I-Climate Project aims to enhance the interoperability across Earth observation networks for better climate intelligence. The project is supported by Horizon Europe Work Program 23-25 and involves 193 member states and territories here. The I-Climate Action Plan actually replaces the Global Greenhouse Gas Watch and your early warning for all initiatives as WMO's new flagship programs. So you have to tell me which of the given statements are correct with regards to the I-Climate initiative. Quickly tell me guys, what will be the answer here? क्विकली। So what will be the answer here? Answer here is option number A. 1 and 2 is the right answer here. Tell me why third statement is wrong? Third statement wrong क्यों है? Because I-Climate action basically aligns with the flagship efforts such as early warnings for all and global greenhouse gas watch system. Align कर रहा है, replace नहीं कर रहा. That is why this statement is wrong. It is aligning with this. It is aligning with the specific initiatives of World Meteorological Organization. Now coming to this I-Climate initiative, it's a simple objective where we want to enhance the interoperability between the Earth observation network so that we can ensure more actionable climate system here. Then objective is simple. It's a collaboration between World Meteorological Organization, Global Climate Observation System and Group on Earth Observation and the European Commission here. ठीक है, प्रोजेक्ट बेसिकली WMO की 75th एनिवर्सरी सेलिब्रेट किया उसके साथ कोइंसाइड यहां पे कर रहा है. अच्छा, टेल मी वेयर इज द हेडक्वार्टर ऑफ वर्ल्ड मेट्रोलॉजिकल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन? वेरी सिंपल क्वेश्चन आई एम आस्किंग यू. हेडक्वार्टर ऑफ वर्ल्ड मेट्रोलॉजिकल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन कहां पे है जी? हेडक्वार्टर लंदन, ये याद रखना. इट्स इन यूके, इट्स इन लंदन. ठीक है, तो इसका हेडक्वार्टर, प्लीज कोई जेनेवा मत लिखाना, हेडक्वार्टर लंदन में है. चलो जी, अगला क्वेश्चन आते हैं यूनिसेफ युवा इनिशिएटिव. अरे दिस इज वन इनिशिएटिव जो हमने बहुत ही बार डिस्कस किया हुआ आपसे. यूनिसेफ युवा इनिशिएटिव्स, which of the given statements are correct regarding the UNICEF's effort to empowering the youths of India here? Yuva aims to build pathways for 100 million young people so that they could access aspirational economic opportunities. The initiative seeks to facilitate 200 million young people to gain relevant skills aligned with the future of work here. And then the third part is, ठीक है, third part is Yuva aims to partner with 300 million young people as the change maker, help them develop the leadership skills here. So which of the given statements are correct here, guys? The answer is that यहाँ पे सारी की सारी statements, option number D, all of the above statements given here are correct. Absolutely right, Manish, absolutely right. ठीक है, option D. So युवा इनिशिएटिव हम इतनी बार डिस्कस कर चुके हैं, सिंपल ऑब्जेक्टिव है. ठीक है जी, बेसिकली इट्स एन इनिशिएटिव ऑफ यूनिसेफ with the objective is how we could generate the employment opportunities for the youth people in India. And the reason it was seen is because Ministry of Rural Development has actually signed an agreement with Yuva for empowerment of rural women and youth across India. That is the basic thing why it was seen in news here. Let's look at my next question. Question number 23. PM Gati Shakti, very important thing. Gati Shakti National Master Plan here. And guys, if you look at this question, I'm not actually remembering exactly कि 2022 का पेपर था या 21 का पेपर. दोनों में से एक पेपर था 2021 और 2022, in which exactly the same sort of question was asked, that which of the following is not one of the key promoters or not one of the key sectors of the PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan. I do not know the exact, मुझे अभी शायद 21-22 किसी एक में था. अब देखना आरबीआई का पेपर, आरबीआई नाबार्ड में से किसी पेपर में था. आई थिंक मुझे जितना लगता है वो आरबीआई के पेपर में था. ठीक है, सो टेल मी व्हाट विल बी द आंसर हियर. व्हिच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज नॉट वन ऑफ द 7 की सेक्टर्स ऑफ पीएम गति शक्ति? एंड गाइस, एग्जामिनर इस लेवल पे ऑलरेडी पूछ चुका है, तो हमें उस लेवल तक तो अपने आप को लेके आना ही है. चलिए, सो व्हाट इज द आंसर हियर? आंसर हियर इज, दैट इज ऑप्शन नंबर बी, थर्ड. Agriculture is not a part of the 7 key sectors here. So can you tell me what are the 7 key sectors of PM Gati Shakti? These are the 7 sectors here. क्योंकि गति शक्ति जो है ना, गति शक्ति is basically talking about infrastructure for the economic zones. Infrastructure for economic zones जो है, ये वो चीज है. बाकी तो सब पे काम कर रहा है. एग्रीकल्चर इज नॉट अ पार्ट ऑफ द इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर इकोनॉमिक जोन. एग्रीकल्चर अपने आप में एक सेक्टर है. ठीक है जी, सो दैट इज व्हाई इट्स नॉट अ पार्ट हियर. दीज आर द 7 की सेक्टर्स व्हिच यू नीड टू रिमेंबर. रेलवेज, रोड्स, पोर्ट्स, वाटरवेज, एयरपोर्ट्स, मास ट्रांसपोर्ट एंड लॉजिस्टिक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर. ये याद रखना, वन ऑफ द इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग हियर. इट वाज लॉन्च्ड इन द ईयर 2021. सो यार फिर ये 21-22 में ही आया है, 22 में आया होगा, पक्की बात है, फिर वहां पे आया होगा. ठीक है, एंड इट इज डेवलप्ड एज अ डिजिटल मास्टर प्लान विच इज वर्किंग अंडर दी बायसेग नेटवर्क, वो इसको मॉनिटर कर रहा है। भास्कर 4 है नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट फॉर स्पेस एप्लीकेशन एंड जियो इंफॉर्मेशन। ओके जी, let's look at my next question here, that's regarding cooperatives here. Cooperatives, one of the important concept with regards to NABARD, because NABARD has a tendency to ask questions on cooperatives. RBI में अभी तक cooperatives पे तो डायरेक्ट नहीं हिट किया है, but they can ask because it's a prominent topic, they might also ask you. So which of the following statements are correct regarding the initiatives being mentioned or initiatives being discussed in the month of March regarding the cooperatives here? 2 lakh new PACS, that is primary agricultural cooperative societies, will be formed across India. The surcharge on income tax for cooperative societies has been reduced to 5%. Minimum alternate tax for cooperatives has been set at 15%. Cooperatives are exempted from income tax penalties for transactions exceeding 2 lakh rupees here. The limit for cash deposit for the PACS has been increased to 5 lakh rupees, and then is the limit for exemption from TDS has been raised to 3 crore rupees here. So tell me what will be the answer here. So answer here is, guys, my dear friends, option number D, 1, 3, 4 and 6 are correct here. Now can you tell me why second and fifth statement is wrong here? Okay ji, but before I come to this answer, guys, before you tell me about this specific thing, here is another thing that was being seen in news. We have our India's first cooperative university, that is the Tribhuvan Sahakari University, the first university set up in India for the cooperative sector. ठीक है जी, Tribhuvan Sahakari University. Now tell me which of the given statements are correct regarding this thing also. The university is named after Tribhuvan Das Patel, which is a pioneer of India's cooperative movement. अमूल के साथ associated थे. It functions under the Ministry of Cooperation and offers training to 8 lakh individuals annually. 8 lakh, more than that or less than that. It offers general undergraduate degrees in engineering and medicine through affiliated colleges. So which of the given statements are correct? 1 and 2, because भाई ये जनरल इंजीनियरिंग डिग्री नहीं दे रहा है. ठीक है जी, सबसे पहले क्या है, ये डिप्लोमा देगा कोऑपरेटिव स्टडीज में, तो जनरल डिग्री नहीं दे रहा. ठीक है, इट विल फोकस ऑन रिसर्च एंड इनोवेशन विद इन कोऑपरेटिव सेक्टर. ठीक है जी, इट विल क्रिएट शॉर्ट टर्म PhD कोर्सेज फॉर द कोऑपरेटिव एम्प्लॉयज, दैट इज द मेन थिंग हियर. ठीक है, इट विल हैव 8 lakh trainees here. Now if I talk about the next important thing with regards to cooperatives, so 2 lakh new PACS have been improved. Surcharge is 7%, minimum alternate tax is 15% here, and the limit for cash deposit has been enhanced, but it has been increased to 2 lakh rupees, not 5 lakh rupees. That is why my second statement and fifth statement was wrong here. So this is about cooperatives that you need to remember here, guys. ठीक है जी, बाकी आपको PDF within 24 hours मिल जाएगा, तो आप वहां पे जाके भी इसको एक बार रीड कर सकते हो. चलो, let's look at my next question है, that's on the National Action Plan on Climate Change. ठीक है जी, now guys we'll be quickly jumping to the remaining questions of ESI. So which of the following are matched correctly with regards to the National Action Plan on Climate Change? बताइए कौन सी statement match correctly है. National Solar Mission, National Mission for Energy Efficiency, National Mission on Sustainable Habitat, National Water Mission, or National Mission for Sustaining Himalayan Ecosystem. So tell me which of the following are correct regarding the ministerial objectives. Please match correctly here. सिंपल चीज है, सोलर मिशन की बात करें तो सोलर किससे रिलेट करेगा, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ न्यू एंड रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी से रिलेट करेगा टू प्रमोट सोलर एनर्जी डेवलपमेंट. ए शुड बी 2 हियर, दिस इज एलिमिनेटेड, दिस इज एलिमिनेटेड. नेशनल मिशन फॉर एनहांस एनर्जी एफिशिएंसी. ठीक है जी, अब आप देखो फोकसेस ऑन सस्टेनेबल अर्बन प्लानिंग एंड हैबिटेट, तो सी तो 3 ही होना चाहिए. सो व्हाट शुड बी द आंसर हियर? आंसर शुड बी ऑप्शन नंबर ए. Okay, so when I talk about the National Action Plan on Climate Change, it was basically discussed during the Parliament session here, and these are the important 8 national missions of National Action Plan on Climate Change. National Solar Mission under Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, National Mission for Enhanced Energy Efficiency under Ministry of Power, basically to enhance the energy efficiency. National Mission on Sustainable Habitat, ठीक है जी, to focus on sustainable planning. National Water Mission for Water Resource Management, National Mission for sustaining the Himalayan ecosystem under the डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी, फॉर ग्रीन एनवायरनमेंट के अंडर, और फिर ये आते हैं सस्टेनेबल एग्रीकल्चर वाला और स्ट्रेटेजिक नॉलेज वाला डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी के अंडर, ठीक है। ये इंपॉर्टेंट प्रोग्राम्स ऑफ नेशनल एक्शन प्लान ऑन क्लाइमेट चेंज हियर. Let's look at my next question on Navratna status here. Tell me which two companies have recently received the Navratna status, making it total now 26. So in total now we have 26 Navratna states in India, 26 Navratna companies in India. पहले तो मुझे बताओ किन दो कंपनीज को नवरत्न स्टेटस मिला है. एंड इफ यू लुक एट दिस क्वेश्चन दैट आई हैव डिस्कस्ड विद यू ample amount of time. If you are one of my old student, you might know guys, previous year भी मैंने आपको नवरत्न पे ये क्वेश्चन पूछा था. नवरत्न, मिनी रत्न, महारत्न. सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है क्राइटेरिया, ठीक है जी. सो व्हाट शुड बी द आंसर हियर? व्हिच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग is not one of the 6 performance indicators used to grant the Navratna status here? The answer is option number C, that is 4 statement is wrong here. Profit before taxes to net worth होता है कि नहीं होता? It is not here, because if you see here, it is profit before interest and taxes, not before net worth here. Then IRCTC and IRFC have now been granted Navratna status. So in total now we have 26 Navratna companies that are there in India. ठीक है जी. Navratna is a company, ठीक है. It should be a mini Ratna company, mini Ratna 1 status, ठीक है. It should have basically garnered an excellent or very good rating in terms of the agreement that they have signed in the last 5 years. They have a score of 60 or more in the 6 indicators, which are net profit to net worth, manpower cost, profit before depreciation, profit before interest and taxes, and earnings per share, and intersectoral performance here. One of the most important thing with regards to the Navratna company is that they can invest up to rupees 1000 crores or 15% of their net worth in a single project without the approval of the central government. Okay जी, चलो. और ये इंडिपेंडेंट जॉइंट वेंचर्स भी बना सकती हैं विदाउट द गवर्नमेंट्स अप्रूवल हियर. लेट्स लुक एट माय नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, दैट्स ऑन कॉर्पोरेट सोशल रिस्पांसिबिलिटी. So, which of the given statements are correct regarding the corporate social responsibility under the Companies Act of 2013? That's again something that was discussed during the parliament session in the PIB. So, companies with a net worth of rupees 5 crore or more must allocate 2% of their average net profit for CSR activities. CSR activities are only overseen by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Is it right or wrong? Companies Auditors Report for 2020 mandates auditors to report unspent CSR funds from the year 21-22 onwards. Is it right or wrong? So what will be the right answer here? Answer is option number B. 1 and 3 is right answer here, because CSR activities are only overseen by Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Is it right? CSR activities, if you can see here, it is being working under Ministry of Corporate Affairs. That is absolutely right. ठीक है जी. Now they can be overseen by the company's board of directors with CSR committees making recommendation. तो सिर्फ और सिर्फ मिनिस्टर ऑफ कॉर्पोरेट अफेयर नहीं देखता, कंपनी के बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स देखेंगे. ये बिल्कुल सही है दैट दे शुड एंश्योर दैट कंपनीज कंट्रीब्यूट सोशल वेलफेयर इंक्लूडिंग हेल्थ, एजुकेशन एंड एनवायरनमेंट हियर. कंपनीज ऑडिटर्स एंड कंपनीज ऑडिटर्स रिपोर्ट, इट इज बीइंग सेड दैट फ्रॉम द मनी इफ यू आर नॉट व्हिच इज बीइंग अनस्पेंट, उसके ऊपर आपको प्रोविजन लेनी चाहिए. मैंडेटरी क्या है? The company must have a net worth of rupees 500 crore or more, annual turnover of 1000 crore or more, a net profit of 1 crore or more. For those companies, it is being said that they should require 2% of their average net profit for the past 3 years that should be contributed towards the CSR. And then we've discussed about the scheme of Prime Minister internship scheme, where we have discussed the top 500 companies which are being shortlisted, which are being there for this scheme of PM internship scheme. वो किसके बेस पे आती थी? वो CSR के बेस पे ही आती थी, और CSR ऐसे कैलकुलेट होता है. ये चीज आपको याद रखनी है, ठीक है. चलो, लेट्स लुक एट नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन हियर. ई-श्रम पोर्टल आई हैव ऑलरेडी डिस्कस विद यू गाइस, ठीक है जी. नाउ टेल मी, ई-श्रम पोर्टल वाज अगेन सीन इन न्यूज इन द मंथ ऑफ मार्च आल्सो. आई थिंक आई हैव टेकन इन ई-श्रम पोर्टल विद जैन या फेब में, मैंने किसी एक मंथ में पढ़ाया था. आई एम नॉट एक्जैक्टली श्योर अबाउट विच मंथ आई हैव डिस्कस, बट आई थिंक आई हैव टेकन अ सेशन. मुझे लगता है शायद जैन में हमने ई-श्रम पोर्टल भी पढ़ा हुआ है. सो लेट्स लुक एट दिस पार्ट हियर. Which of the following occupation sectors are among the top 5 in terms of registrations on the e-Shram portal here? Agriculture, ठीक है जी, apparel, education, automobile and transportation, and banking, financial services and insurance. So tell me which of the following is the right answer here. So my dear friends, answer here is 1, 2, 4 and 5. ठीक है जी, education is not among the top sector here. If I talk about here, as on 3rd of March, it is being said that approximately 31 crore unorganized workers are registered on the e-Shram portal, which approximately around 53% are women here. Among the sector में बात करूं, agriculture top पे है, followed by apparel, automobile, transportation, banking and beauty wellness here. ठीक है जी, एजुकेशन यहां पे टॉप में नहीं था among the contributor sector here. Okay, चलो. Now let's proceed towards the final 5 questions on the ESI sector here, and then you will proceed with your GA sector here, because I have tried to cover all the prominent questions. मार्च का मंथ है, काफी ज्यादा न्यूज थी, तो मैंने सारे की सारी prominent न्यूज जो इंपॉर्टेंट थी सारी की सारी पिक करने की कोशिश की है आपके सेशन में. And I hope you are enjoying the session also with regards to your financial current affairs. Kritika, I am mistaken, I am taking ESI part here. I hope you are basically getting the things and enjoying the session. Do let me know about that also in the chat section. कि सेशन में मजा आ रहा है, आपको समझ आ रहा है. So Mahatma Gandhi Institute for Rural Industrialization was basically discussed in Parliament in context of this specific institution, which has been launched for empowering traditional artisans. Which of the following statements given here are correct? MGIRI is located in Maharashtra and functions under the Ministry of MSME, Government of India. It was established in 2001 and became an autonomous body in 2008 under the Societies, okay, under the Societies Registration Act 1860. The institute was initially set up by Mahatma Gandhi in 1955 and All India Village Industry Association. भाई ये क्वेश्चन इतना आसान है ना, ये वैसे ही आपका ठीक हो जाना चाहिए. मुझे बताओ 1955 में महात्मा गांधी जी जिंदा थे? महात्मा गांधी जी गॉट डाइड इन द ईयर 1947. तो हाउ कैन ही सेट अप द इंस्टीट्यूट इन 1955? इट्स अ नॉर्मल कॉमन सेंसिकल क्वेश्चन जो कि लग रहा है ट्रिकी है बट है बहुत सिंपल है. सो आंसर इज ऑप्शन नंबर ए 1 and 2. इट्स अ बेसिक कॉमन सेंसिकल क्वेश्चन और प्रेशर में आके आप ये क्वेश्चन गलत कर दोगे. आई कैन सी मैनी ऑफ योर सिंग आंसर ऑप्शन सी शुड बी द आंसर हियर. इट्स अ कॉमन सेंसिकल क्वेश्चन. गेटिंग माई पॉइंट? सिर्फ यहां पे ये वाला फोकस करना था, आंसर निकल जाता. प्रेशर में गलत हुए क्वेश्चन कि आता नहीं. महात्मा गांधी इंस्टीट्यूट फॉर रूरल इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन, ठीक है जी, इन 1934 महात्मा गांधी फाउंडेड दिस थिंग. 1934 महात्मा गांधी जी ने फाउंड किया था द ऑल इंडिया विलेज इंडस्ट्री एसोसिएशन, ठीक है, विद जमनलाल बजाज जी. आफ्टर हिज डेथ इन 1948, ठीक है जी, दिस लेगेसी वाज कंटिन्यूड विद द केवीआईसी, ठीक है जी. और 1955 में केवीआईसी ने जो है जमनलाल बजाज सेंट्रल रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूट बनाया, जिसको के बाद में इवॉल्व कर दिया गया एज दी महात्मा गांधी इंस्टीट्यूट फॉर रूरल इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन इन 2001. That is the brief history of MGRI. Objective is simple: to empower traditional rural artisans so that they could be empowering their traditional rural artisans by promoting craft and sustainable practices here. Rest thing is absolutely right. Okay, chalo. Let's look at my next question here. Recently, the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship in collaboration with Niti Aayog has launched the Swavlambani Women Entrepreneurship Program. Okay, so tell me which of the following statements are correct, or sorry, which of the following is the objective of Swavlambani initiative? Okay, chalo guys, let's come back here. So, which is the main objective of Swavlambani program here? That is Swavlambani Women Entrepreneurship Program here. To provide skills certification for women vocational training, to offer microfinance to women in rural areas, to empower female students in higher education institutions through entrepreneurial mindset, resources and mentorship, to promote women's participation in self-help group and to create employment in traditional craft sectors for women here. So what is the answer here? Answer is option number C. That is absolutely right. To empower female students in higher educational institutions through the entrepreneurial mindset, resource and mentorship here. Swavalambanī, if I talk about it, it's an initiative of Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship along with Niti Aayog. फीमेल स्टूडेंट्स को एम्पावर करना है इन हायर एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशंस by providing them a proper entrepreneurial mindset, resources and mentorship so that they could help or they could set up their own ventures here. 10% of the trained participants, it is being said that we want them to be established or we want them to establish their successful business here. Coming here, Swavalambanī also includes award to reward initiative to recognize the successful women entrepreneurs here. Let's come to my next question here. Recently, which ministry has launched an initiative to establish the at least one model women-friendly Gram Panchayats in every district so that they could promote women's participation and welfare at the grassroots level? Again, one of the easy question for the day, guys. Tell me what will be the answer here. So what is the answer here? Answer is Ministry of Panchayati Raj. Quite simple question here, because if you look at the thing, जब हम मॉडल वुमेन फ्रेंडली ग्राम पंचायत की बात करते हैं, so it is actually Ministry of Panchayati Raj here. So model women friendly gram panchayat initiative was again seen in news. Now talking about this initiative, it's an initiative of Ministry of Panchayati Raj where the main objective is basically to establish at least one model women friendly gram panchayat in every district of India where women's participation and welfare at the grassroots level can be enhanced here. Okay ji, so we have around 770 model women friendly gram panchayats in India. Okay ji, and we are again here partnering with international organizations like United Nations Population Fund so that they could develop women and child friendly gram panchayats also in India. Okay, now let me talk about my next question, question number 33rd. Which digital platform is launched by Ministry of Consumer Affairs with the objective is to streamline the grievance redressal process by integrating systems like eDakhil, Confonet and OCMS? So what is the answer here? Tell me guys, what is the answer here? I'm seeing जोश ठंडा हो गया guys. So are you guys, ठीक है? Are you guys ready? चलो, tell me. Quickly tell me. ठीक है? Are you guys tired now? क्या हो गया? हाँ? थक गए हो? So let's just take up the session of PS and then you can have a water break also. Okay ji? So what is the answer? Answer is e-Jagriti portal. E-Jagriti portal is actually a portal that is launched by Ministry of Consumer Affairs with National Informatics Center. Objective is simple, Jagriti. That is to simplify and enhance the consumer grievance redressal process where we could integrate the multiple platforms here. ठीक है जी? ठीक है, कौन से सिस्टम है? Confonet, that is computerized and computer operating, computer networking of consumer commissions in country, उसको भी basically यहाँ पे सेटअप किया गया है for improving operational efficiency, cooperation and accessibility here. Then we have set up the online computerized monitoring system, ठीक है, to help the students here. ठीक है, चलो जी. Let's look at the next question here. Recently, a total loan amount of 21,61,701 was distributed through the e-Kisan Upaj Nidhi portal here. The platform facilitates post-harvest loans by pledging electronic e-National Warehouse Receipt, which of the following organization is one of the key collaborator behind the development of e-Kisan Upaj Nidhi? Tell me what should be the answer here. Okay, SEBI, NABARD, RBI, NCDC. What should be the answer here? So answer is option number B. NABARD is the right answer here. I can get one of the person is saying that कि सर ये सेशन तो हमारे पूरे आरबीआई एग्जाम से भी ज्यादा हो गया है. मनीष सर एक बात बताओ, मार्च का मंथ में सेशन हुआ, इतना बड़ा सेशन था, इतनी बड़ी न्यूज, इतना ज्यादा कुछ था, ठीक है, फाइनेंस इतना ज्यादा न्यूज में था, ईएसआई इतना ज्यादा न्यूज में था, तो इतने प्रोमिनेंट इनिशिएटिव्स न्यूज में थे, ठीक है ना, तो यार ऐसा तो नहीं कर सकते ना कि आके बोले भाई ठीक है आधे घंटे में पढ़ा के चले जाएं। दैट इज नॉट द राइट अप्रोच। आई कैन गेस कि ठीक है आप थक सकते हो, तो दैट इज वाई वी ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू, हम लोग पहले ही बोलते थे कि यार ये सेशन थोड़े से लंबे जाएंगे, बिकॉज ऑब्वियसली वी आर नॉट कवरिंग सिंगल पार्ट, वी आर कवरिंग डिफरेंट एस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ द एग्जाम, डिफरेंट एस्पेक्ट्स हियर ना। वी आर कवरिंग द जीए सेक्शन, वी आर कवरिंग ईएसआई सेक्शन, वी आर कवरिंग फाइनेंस सेक्शन। ठीक है, मतलब नहीं तो मैं भी ऊपर से आपको एक एक ठाटा ठाटा करके चला जाऊंगा कि लो जी 2 क्वेश्चन, इसका आंसर ये है ना। दैट इज द रीजन हियर, दैट इज द थिंग दैट यू शुड अंडरस्टैंड। हमें कोई मजा थोड़ा ना आ रहा है यार कि मेरे को क्या, आई डोंट, वी डू नॉट वांट ना कि इट शुड बी 3 आवर सेशन। वी आल्सो वांट कि दैट शुड बी सेशन, बट वी वांट दैट यू शुड गेट द बेस्ट आउट ऑफ इट। दैट इज वन थिंग, दैट इज द सोल ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ दिस सेशंस, कि आपको जितना हम बेस्ट दे सकते हैं, दैट इज आवर मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव हियर। गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? ठीक है ना, तो दैट इज द थिंग हियर। चलो लेट्स कम टू द क्वेश्चन हियर। ठीक है जी, ई किसान उपज निधि 2024 में लॉन्च हुआ है बाय द एंड वन ऑफ द ऑपरेटिंग एजेंसीज नाबार्ड हियर। ओके जी, so role of NABARD, if I talk about here, NABARD, it said that it will promote the digital gateway through the district development managers here. Maximum loan tenure, it's basically providing loan here. Maximum loan tenure is commensurating with your shelf life of the community of date or validity of your e-national warehouse receipts here. ठीक है, that is the thing here. चलो, let's come to the final question for the day. The blue flag certification for Rushikonda beach was seen in news. Now, which of the following organization is actually responsible for issuing the blue flag certification? Tell me. UNEP, Royal Life Saving Society, Foundation for Environment Education, International Coastal Cleanup, or then is World Health Organization. ठीक है? So, what is the answer here? Answer here is guys Foundation for Environment Education, जो कि डेनमार्क की सोसाइटी है। ठीक है, डेनमार्क की सोसाइटी है। इन्होंने बेसिकली क्या बोला है, दैट दे आर रिकॉग्नाइजिंग दी ब्लू फ्लैग सर्टिफिकेशन हियर। सो ग्लोबली इट्स अ वॉलंटरी अवार्ड गिवन टू द बीचेस। ऑब्जेक्टिव इज सिंपल, दैट वेयर यू हैव अ सस्टेनेबल टूरिज्म, ठीक है जी, वी हैव अ प्रॉपर वाटर क्वालिटी, यू हैव प्रॉपर एनवायरमेंट मैनेजमेंट एंड यू हैव एन एनवायरमेंटल एजुकेशन एंड सेफ्टी हियर। इस कंटेक्स्ट में जो है बेसिकली द ब्लू फ्लैग सर्टिफिकेशन इज गिवन हियर। If I talk about here guys, India at present have 12 blue flag certifications that have been given here. This you can see a list here. With respect to Rushikonda beach, the certification has been temporarily revoked. The reason is simple, because यहाँ पे कुछ ना कुछ जो आप कह सकते हैं the beach safety or the beach cleanliness has been hampered here as per their standard. So that is why they have taken off the Rushikonda beach out of the blue flag certification. Okay. चलो, one bonus question now. So, India became the world's second largest tea exporter by surpassing which of the following country? A typical agriculture question that can be asked in the NABARD examination. Simple answer, India ने किसको surpass किया है? India has surpassed Sri Lanka here to become the second largest tea exporter here. As of now, if I talk about here guys, this was the news because India became the second largest tea exporter globally. Kenya is the top exporter as of 2024. बाकी ये जो कितना परसेंट है ये याद रखना, इंडिया प्रोड्यूस हाउ मेनी किलोग्राम्स और मिलियन किलोग्राम्स ऑफ टी, दैट्स नॉट दैट मच इंपॉर्टेंट, बट 10% ऑफ टोटल टी एक्सपोर्ट इंडिया इज डूइंग, दैट इज समथिंग इंपॉर्टेंट विद रिगार्ड्स टू टी बोर्ड ऑफ इंडिया। ठीक है जी, सो इट इज वर्किंग अंडर द यूनियन गवर्नमेंट हियर, और नोडल मिनिस्ट्री कौन है? डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ कॉमर्स, मिनिस्ट्री एंड इंडस्ट्री, एंड इट इज बीइंग हेडक्वार्टर्ड एट कोलकाता, दैट्स इन वेस्ट बंगाल। सो दिस इज अबाउट योर ESI section. Okay जी, चलो। So Mukund Singh sir, thanks a lot for your efforts. ठीक है जी, चलो, तो thanks a lot Mukund। ठीक है guys, the only thing is, ठीक है ना, because मैं भी आपको वही कह रहा था कि we do not want the session to be lengthy, but यार क्या करें यार, इतने टॉपिक्स हैं है ना, इतना अगर नहीं समझा के जाएंगे तो दिल नहीं मानता कि यार, फिर खुद में लगता है कि यार अच्छा नहीं पढ़ा के गए, आपको सही नहीं करके गए, है ना। सो दैट इज द रीजन बेसिकली फाइनेंस और आपका ईएसआई सेक्शन इसीलिए टाइम ज्यादा लेता है, बिकॉज इसमें समझाने वाली चीजें बहुत होते हैं, कुछ ना कुछ अंडरस्टैंड करना, कहीं पे कंफ्यूजन्स बहुत होती हैं, दैट इज द थिंग हियर। ओके, चलो, सो नाउ मूविंग फर्दर ऑन, देवांशु सर विल बी टेकिंग योर सेशन फर्दर ऑन फ्रॉम हियर। ओके, एंड नाउ जीए सेक्शन फटाफट में कर लेंगे, बिकॉज काफी चीजें हैं, रिलेट सर करवा देंगे आपको। ओके, सो दिस इज द थिंग, ठीक है, चलो। So this was about your ESI finance part. Now over to Divanshu sir with regards to the GA section here.
Thank you, sir. And it's really great, guys, that you're still here with us. And now 1 more hour will be there for the GA part, right? So till now we have covered the ESI current affairs and the finance current affairs, and now we will be moving towards the GA part. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit quick fire one as compared to the previous part that we have taken. Okay, so I hope that all of you are really excited for the GA part also. So let's start. Yes, good evening everyone. Good evening Shanika, Swapnil, Fruity and all other people who are live. So let's start the session without wasting any more time, and let's move on to the first question. Let me tell you that today I am having around 90 to 95 questions for all of you. ठीक है? So a quick fire रहेगा and you have to tell me the right answers in the chat box. कोशिश करना है सबको सही आंसर दें, और नहीं आता आंसर तो भी इंश्योर कीजिए कि you are at least trying to answer the question. Okay? So the first question, India's first ever trial of hydrogen powered heavy duty trucks. So this is something that you need to identify here, that what is the name of the company. You can see here the company's name is being given, right? So in the options, company name is given. In the question, it is asking you the name of the company. What is the name of that company? And I can see in the options, people are saying Tata Motors. Yes, Tata Motors is the right answer. Option A is the right answer. Next question. First edition of Shaurya Vedanam Utsav. So Shaurya Vedanam Utsav को कहाँ पर conduct किया गया था? That is the question is all about. It is in Motihari, Bihar, Patna, Bihar, Varanasi, UP, Lucknow, UP, Ranchi, Jharkhand. Guys, I'm telling you, like in ESI and finance current affairs, we are not having much things to discuss here. Okay? जो भी हम करेंगे, basically that will be the interlinking of the different news articles. That's it. That I basically called a mind mapping technique, right? So यहाँ पर आपको identify करना है शौर्य वेदनम उत्सव कहाँ हुआ था. So where exactly it has taken place? It has taken place in Motihari, Bihar. That is the right answer. And if I talk about Bihar, let me tell you guys that 2025 Men's Hockey Asia Cup will be hosted at the Rajgir Stadium. Where exactly it is? It is in Bihar only. So Bihar is the right answer here. Okay. So I hope that this part is clear to all of you. Yes, this is the right answer. Let's move on to the next question. Mobile World Congress. So Mobile World Congress was held in Barcelona. What is the name of the organization which is behind and responsible for organizing this event? So whenever we see any kind of congress, any kind of summit, it is very important for us to understand कि किसने उसे organize किया, कहाँ पर ये conduct की गई. So it was conducted in Barcelona. And what is the name of organization which has basically organized this event? That is GSMA, Global System for Mobile Communication Association, जिन्होंने इसको conduct किया with the theme Converge, Connect and Create. Converge, Connect, Create is the theme. Barcelona is the venue of this particular congress, and the name of organizing body is GSMA. अब GSMA के head को भी हम cover करने वाले अपने आगे आने वाली slides में, because it was also got changed and one of the Indian person has taken over as the head of GSMA. Next question. So one day as a scientist. So you have to identify the name of ministry which has launched the one day as a scientist. See guys, let me tell you that in the examination you will find such kind of questions, right? और वहां पर पूरा क्वेश्चन रीड नहीं करना, हमें जस्ट फोकस ऑन द कीवर्ड्स हियर. इवन आई एम आल्सो डूइंग द सेम सो दैट कि ये हैबिट एक आपके अंदर भी इनकलकेट हो, सो दैट यू आर जस्ट फोकसिंग ऑन द कीवर्ड्स. जस्ट ट्राई टू सी इन द ऑप्शंस नेम ऑफ द मिनिस्ट्री इज आस्क्ड. हियर द topic of the question, the main topic of the question is the one day as a scientist. So one day as a scientist एक प्रोग्राम है. अगर आपने करंट अफेयर्स को कवर किया है, डेफिनेटली आपने इसके बारे में पढ़ा होगा, और पढ़ा होगा तो उसकी मिनिस्ट्री भी आपको या तो आती होगी या नहीं आती होगी. In case you are not able to remember in the examination, at that point of time you can skip the question. But if you are aware and you know that okay, I have read this and this is the name of the ministry, then yes, you can definitely answer it. And the right answer to here is option A, that is Ministry of Ayush. Option A, Ministry of Ayush is the right answer. Next question. The first NBA player, LeBron James, has become the first NBA player and basically he has breached some particular mark. जैसे कि आज हमने कवर किया कि नीरज चोपड़ा ने 90.23 मीटर का जो थ्रू किया, इट इज हिज पर्सनल बेस्ट, राइट? सिमिलरली लेब्रन जेम्स पहले NBA प्लेयर बने हैं टू क्रॉस अ सर्टेन मार्क इन द career points. What exactly that mark is, that is what we need to identify here. तो ये कौन सा मार्क है जिन्होंने ब्रीच किया है, जिन्होंने सरपास किया है? That is the 50,000 career points. That is the right answer. 50,000 career points. Absolutely right. Next question. So to achieve their historic gold medal at the 2025 Sipakthro World Cup, India's men's Regu team defeated which team in the final in March 2025? तो कौन सी टीम को इंडिया ने यहाँ पर डिफीट किया है? The name of that country which got defeated by India at this event, that was the team of Japan. So India defeated Japan to win the historic gold medal at this particular World Cup event. I can see in the chat box, Mayank, Manish, Gururaj, Shanika, Swapnil, all the people are giving me the right answers. Well done, guys. Just try to make sure that yes, you are keeping up with the momentum, and in the examination you are really going to rock. Moving to the next question, the target year for achieving 100% electrification of the Indian Railways network. So what exactly is that year, particular year in which we are targeting to electrify the complete railway network? What is that particular financial year by which we are targeting to attain electrification? That is 2025-2026. Okay. So guys, जब हम बात करते हैं इसकी about the railways, let me tell you that India का target है to become the net zero carbon emission free country by which year? Can anybody tell me in the chat box? Net zero carbon emission free country by which year? That is by 2070. अगर हम बात करते हैं इंडियन रेलवेज की, so we want to make it net zero by which year? Guys, we all know that there are sustainable development goals, right? 17 sustainable development goals are there that we want to achieve by 2030. 2030 तक हम उससे अचीव करना चाहते हैं, एंड इसीलिए नेट जीरो बनने का टारगेट भी इंडियन रेलवेज ने डिसाइड किया दैट वी विल बी अचीविंग इट बाय 2030 ओनली. ठीक है, इस तरीके से वी कैन रिलेट डिफरेंट न्यूज आर्टिकल्स टुगेदर सो दैट वी कैन रिटेन इट फॉर अ लॉन्गर पीरियड ऑफ टाइम. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, can anybody tell me one automatic train protection system which we are implementing in our Indian railways? What is the name of that? What exactly is the name of that automatic train protection system? What is it? So basically it is Kavach. Kavach is the right answer. प्रोटेक्शन के लिए क्या चाहिए? हमें कवच चाहिए. सो कवच इंडियन रेलवेज ने बना लिया है. दैट इज द राइट आंसर. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. Krishna Jayashankar became first Indian athlete to throw the shot put beyond the 16-meter mark. Just like LeBron James, उन्होंने 50,000 career points को ब्रीच किया. Similarly, कृष्णा जयशंकर ने अपना 16 मीटर का ये जो मार्क था उसे सरपास किया. कौन से इवेंट में सरपास किया ये आपको आइडेंटिफाई करना है. ठीक है, सो ये कहां पर हुआ इवेंट? It was a national record at the Mountain West Indoor Track and Field Championship, which took place in which one of the following places? Let me tell you that these are some of the off-the-track questions, but still a question can be asked on the same, right? तो हमें हर एक सरप्राइज के लिए रेडी रहना है, इसीलिए आज कुछ ऑफ-द-ट्रैक क्वेश्चंस भी मैं आपके लिए लेकर आया हूं. ठीक है, सो ये इवेंट कहां हुआ था? It took place in USA. That is the right answer. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. MOU साइन हुआ UIDI यूनिक आइडेंटिफिकेशन अथॉरिटी ऑफ इंडिया का किस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के साथ, सो दैट हम आधार सर्विसेज को बेटर कर सके, एनहांस कर सके. We want to enhance the Aadhaar services. For this, we have signed an MOU. The Unique Identification Authority of India has signed an MOU with which one of the organizations. What is the name of that organization? That is Sarvam AI. Sarvam AI is the right answer. Next question. Dr. Shiv Kumar Kalyan Raman, इन्होंने चार्ज लिया एज द चीफ एग्जीक्यूटिव ऑफिसर ऑफ ANRF, that is अनुसंधान नेशनल रिसर्च फाउंडेशन. तो किसको इन्होंने सक्सीड किया? Who was earlier serving? See, whenever you are covering any appointment, just try to remember the person who has been succeeded and the person who is succeeding. ठीक है, that means outgoing person और incoming person, दोनों का नाम आपको पता होना चाहिए. ठीक है, तो डॉक्टर शिव कुमार कल्याण रमन is basically the person who is the incoming person and the outgoing person is Professor Abhay Karandikar. Professor Abhay Karandikar is the right answer. Next question. So World Consumer Rights Day 2025 was announced. What is the theme? Theme आपको आधी given है, बाकी आपको identify करनी है. और just transition to dash. What exactly was the theme of the World Consumer Rights Day 2025? What is the theme? Whenever we are covering any day, it is very important to remember the date on which that day is celebrated and what is the theme. Theme is being given, just transition to sustainable lifestyles, right? And what is the date? What is the date? Can anybody tell me the date on which we celebrate the Consumer Rights Day? So my dear friends, we always tell you कि 15 बार हम कंज्यूमर्स को बताते हैं कि भैया जागो ग्राहक जागो, ठीक है, अपने राइट्स को पहचानो, राइट। बट फिर भी कंज्यूमर्स गलती करते हैं 15 बार बताने के बाद भी, तो इसलिए हम इसको 15 मार्च को सेलिब्रेट करते हैं, राइट। सो इट इज जस्ट अ काइंड ऑफ वे दैट आई हैव टोल्ड यू। अगर आपके पास कोई और अपना तरीका याद करने का, यू कैन डेफिनेटली ओन इट, राइट, बट यस, इन दिस मैनर यू कैन डेफिनेटली रिटेन इट। 15 March is the date on which we celebrate the Consumer Rights Day. Next question, India's first World Peace Center was established by Dash in Gurugram. तो इंडिया का पहला वर्ल्ड पीस सेंटर हमने गुरुग्राम हरियाणा में सेटअप किया. व्हाट इज द प्लेस, सॉरी विच ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हैज basically created this? That is Ahimsa Vishwa Bharati. Option A is the right answer. Next question, first ever trade in gold by a bank through India International Bullion Exchange. तो इसके थ्रू पहला ट्रेड गोल्ड के अंदर किया गया, किस बैंक ने किया, ये आपको आइडेंटिफाई करना है दोस्तों. जल्दी से बताइए चैट बॉक्स के अंदर क्या है इस क्वेश्चन का सही आंसर. So what is the name of that bank? The name of that bank is HDFC Bank. And let me tell you that HDFC Bank is the same bank which was penalized by the Reserve Bank of India due to the KYC non-compliance by the HDFC Bank in some certain cases. That's why it was penalized by 75 lakh. 75 lakh रुपीस से penalize किया गया इसे, right? Apart from that, HDFC Bank ने इंडियन एयरफोर्स के साथ मिलकर एक प्रोजेक्ट लॉन्च किया, that is हक नाम का प्रोजेक्ट लॉन्च किया. बेसिकली जहां पर जो हमारे एयर पर्सनल्स हैं, इंडियन एयरफोर्स पर्सनल्स हैं, पेंशनर्स हैं, उनके लिए इसको लॉन्च किया गया है, ठीक है. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, लेट मी टेल यू दैट देयर आर 3 banks which are present here, which are the domestic systematically important banks, which includes HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank and the State Bank of India. These 3 are the domestic systematically important banks, right? So in this manner you can correlate all these news articles with just one bank, that is HDFC Bank. इसके साथ हमने यहाँ पर 3-4 डिफरेंट न्यूज आर्टिकल्स को कवर कर लिया है, राइट, अपने सेशन के अंदर. इसी तरीके से आपको भी याद रखना है फ्रॉम द एग्जामिनेशन पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, ठीक है. एक नोडल पॉइंट बनाइए किसी भी चीज का, उसकी डिफरेंट ब्रांचेस, लाइक हमने यहाँ पर बनाया HDFC बैंक, उससे रिलेटेड हमने 3 डिफरेंट न्यूज आर्टिकल्स को कवर किया. So that I call the mind mapping technique. इसके जरिए आप चीजों को जल्दी याद कर सकते हैं, ज्यादा टाइम के लिए याद रख सकते हैं, ठीक है. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, द थीम ऑफ इंटरनेशनल डे ऑफ फॉरेस्ट 2025. So what is the theme for International Day of Forest 2025? Can anybody tell me that in the chat box? What is the theme? The theme was forests and food. That is the right answer. And on which date we celebrate International Day of Forest? को किस डेट को सेलिब्रेट किया जाता है? It has been celebrated every year on 21st of March. 21st March, International Day of Forest, right? So guys, अगर हम बात करें कि for our existence, for our living, right, we need oxygen and forests are really a good source of oxygen. अब ऑक्सीजन के अलावा और क्या चाहिए हमें? What else do we require apart from the oxygen? We require water, right? So 21st मार्च को हमें ऑक्सीजन मिला, उसके बाद हमें क्या चाहिए? वाटर चाहिए. तो वर्ल्ड वाटर डे, वी सेलिब्रेट दिस एवरी ईयर ऑन 22nd मार्च. तो 22 मार्च को हम सेलिब्रेट करते हैं वर्ल्ड वाटर डे, 21 मार्च को सेलिब्रेट करते हैं इंटरनेशनल डे ऑफ फॉरेस्ट, ठीक है. आई होप कि इस तरीके से आपको याद रहेंगी चीजें. बढ़ते हैं अगले क्वेश्चन पे, वर्ल्ड वाइल्ड लाइफ डे. So World Wildlife Day was celebrated with the theme dash. What is the theme of the World Wildlife Day? वर्ल्ड वाइल्ड लाइफ डे थीम आपसे पूछी गई है इस क्वेश्चन के अंदर. द थीम इज प्रोटेक्टिंग वाइल्ड लाइफ फॉर फ्यूचर जनरेशंस. दैट इज द थीम फॉर वर्ल्ड वाइल्ड लाइफ डे 2025. नाउ द क्वेश्चन अराइजेस दैट ऑन विच डेट वी सेलिब्रेट द वर्ल्ड वाइल्ड लाइफ डे. वी सेलिब्रेट वर्ल्ड वाइल्ड लाइफ डे एवरी ईयर ऑन 3rd of March. 3rd March, ठीक है जी. अब मैं यहां से एक और रेलेवेंस आपको बताता हूं. वर्ल्ड वाइल्ड लाइफ डे 3rd मार्च को हम सेलिब्रेट करते हैं. जब भी हम किसी जंगल सफारी पर जाते हैं, राइट, वहां पर वाइल्ड एनिमल्स होते हैं, तो सबसे पहली डायरेक्शन और इंस्ट्रक्शन हमें क्या दी जाती है कि व्हाट इज मोर इंपॉर्टेंट? आवर सेफ्टी इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. हमारी सेफ्टी सबसे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. 3rd मार्च को सेलिब्रेट करते हैं वर्ल्ड वाइल्ड लाइफ डे. तो सेफ्टी किससे? वाइल्ड एनिमल से. सो नेशनल सेफ्टी डे, नेशनल सेफ्टी डे हम कब बनाएंगे? 4th मार्च को बनाएंगे. इट इज सेलिब्रेटेड ऑन 4th of March. I hope you are getting this point, right? So 3rd March, World Wildlife Day, 4th March, National Safety Day. And let me tell you that we also celebrate National Safety Week. National Safety Week हम कब celebrate करते हैं? 4 to 10th March. So are you guys really liking this way of covering the current affairs? Like अगर आप इस तरीके से इंटरलिंकिंग करेंगे चीजों को याद रखेंगे, डेफिनेटली आपको काफी ज्यादा इजी रहेगा चीजें कवर करना. ठीक है जी. आई होप दैट दिस पार्ट इज क्लियर टू ऑल ऑफ यू. So people are saying to the World Wildlife Day, the right answer here is wildlife conservation, finance, investing, people plan. Do not worry guys. I will again re-verify it and if there is any correction, I will make it to the PDF और एक कमेंट को हम पोस्ट कर देंगे, पिन कर देंगे कमेंट सेक्शन के अंदर. ठीक है. Do not worry. For now just take it as option C या फिर इसको एक डाउटफुल केस हम मान लेते हैं. ठीक है. And I will be correcting this part. Do not worry about it. ठीक है. आई होप कि ये जो चीजें बताई हैं आपको ये सब समझ में आया, राइट? बढ़ते हैं अगले क्वेश्चन पे. दैट इज द रणजी ट्रॉफी फाइनल मैच से रिलेटेड आपको 5 स्टेटमेंट्स दिए गए हैं. आपको आइडेंटिफाई करना है कौन सा स्टेटमेंट करेक्ट है. ठीक है. सो बेसिकली द क्वेश्चन इज ऑन अ वेरी इजी लाइन कि किसने जीता और किसको डिफीट किया इन दिस पर्टिकुलर रणजी ट्रॉफी फाइनल मैच. ओके. सो द रणजी ट्रॉफी फाइनल मैच was being won by which team and which team was defeated in the finals? So it was basically won by Vidarbha as it won its 3rd Ranji Trophy title by defeating Kerala in the final. तो केरला को फाइनल में हराया विदर्भा ने to win this Ranji Trophy title. That is the right answer. Next question on the 97th Academy Awards. These were held. Which of the following statements are true regarding the awards? So again we have to just focus on the keywords here. Like यहाँ पर पूछा गया आपसे कि कौन सी statements true है regarding the awards. So basically about the winners, the statements are been given. Like Anora ने 5 categories में जीता including Best Picture, Director, Best Actress. Zoe Saldana became the first Dominican American to win Best Supporting Actress. Paul Tazewell made history as the first black man to win Best Costume Design for Wicked. Let me tell you कि आपको एक इस तरीके का क्वेश्चन भी एग्जाम में आ सकता है, स्टेटमेंट बेस्ड क्वेश्चन ऑन दी अवार्ड्स, राइट? So let me tell you that there are so many awards, but yes, Oscar is something which is really a premium one, right? So definitely we can remember the important details, but yes, still if you are not able to retain it, do not worry about it. इतना important नहीं है, right? But yes, these kind of questions can be asked in the examination. Here the right answer is option D, that is 1, 2 and 3. All the statements which are mentioned here are correct here. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, माधव नेशनल पार्क. तो माधव नेशनल पार्क को रिसेंटली अनाउंस किया गया एज अ टाइगर रिजर्व. सो विद दिस हाउ मेनी टाइगर रिजर्व्स आर देयर इन इंडिया? ये कौन से नंबर का टाइगर रिजर्व बना? लेट मी टेल यू दैट दिस इज द लास्ट टाइगर रिजर्व व्हिच हैज बीन अनाउंस्ड बाय द गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया. व्हाट इज दैट पर्टिकुलर नंबर? दैट इज 58th. सो माधव नेशनल पार्क इज द 58th टाइगर रिजर्व. ठीक है जी. आई होप दिस पार्ट इज क्लियर टू ऑल ऑफ यू. So let's leave it. This is the explanation for some different question guys, that is AI कोश, right? उस क्वेश्चन को हम आगे आने वाले टाइम में कवर करेंगे, डोंट वरी अबाउट इट. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज नासा इज लॉन्च द स्फेरिक्स टेलीस्कोप. तो स्फेरिक्स टेलीस्कोप का क्या एम है? व्हाट इज द एम ऑफ द स्फेरिक्स टेलीस्कोप? टू क्रिएट मोस्ट कलरफुल मैप, टू स्टडी द एज ऑफ स्टार्स, टू सर्च फॉर वाटर ऑन द मार्स, टू मेजर द डिस्टेंसेस टू डिस्टेंट गैलेक्सीज और टू ऑब्जर्व द सन्स एक्टिविटी. So what is the primary aim of Spherix telescope? तो इसका क्या प्राइमरी एम है? It is to create the most colorful map of the cosmos ever made. ठीक है, that is the right answer. और आज ही हमने अपने CT 360 सीरीज सेशन में एक चीज कवर की थी, the name of the astrophysicist who passed away recently. Can anybody tell me that? He also contributed a lot in the cosmology field. What is the name of that person? That is Jayant Narlikar. That is the right answer. Okay. So I hope कि आप सभी को याद होगा ये. बढ़ते हैं नेक्स्ट पार्ट पे. Turing Award, which is recognized as the Nobel Prize of Computing, was awarded to Andrew Barto and Richard Sutton. आपको आइडेंटिफाई करना है कि उनका ब्रेक थ्रू वर्क क्या था जिसके लिए इनको ये अवार्ड मिला. ट्यूरिंग अवार्ड, हम इसे नोबेल प्राइज भी कहते हैं इन टर्म्स ऑफ कंप्यूटिंग. आपको आइडेंटिफाई करना है व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इज द ब्रेक थ्रू फॉर विच दे वर बीन अवार्डेड. तो जब भी ऐसा कोई मेजर अवार्ड मिलता है, किसे मिला, क्यों मिला, it is very important. What is the name of person who has received the award and why that person has been conferred with that award, that is very important. And they have been awarded for reinforcement learning, that is the right answer. तो reinforcement learning के लिए इनको ये award दिया गया है. Next question, Indian Air Force collaborated with HDFC Bank for the launch of Project Huck. What is the primary objective of this project? What is the primary objective? Project Huck, I already told you, HDFC Bank के साथ मिलकर Indian Air Force ने launch किया है. What is the primary aim? It is basically to support Indian Air Force veterans, pioneers, pensioners and their families, or to provide personnel with the financial education, to offer free housing facilities, promote IF personal welfare schemes, or to establish 25 support centers across India. What is it? What is the right answer here? Yes, option A. Option A is the right answer. Absolutely right. All the people have given me the right answer here. Option A. So let's move on to the next question. Next question is, Dash was renamed as Dr. Manmohan Singh Bengaluru City University. तो इसमें से कौन सी यूनिवर्सिटी है जिसको रीनेम किया गया आफ्टर द नेम ऑफ डॉक्टर मनमोहन सिंह, अ फॉर्मर प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफ आवर कंट्री? व्हाट इज द राइट आंसर हियर? So can anybody tell me that in the chat box? So the right answer here is option B, that is B for Bengaluru City University, जिसको डॉक्टर मनमोहन सिंह जी के नाम पे रखा गया है. Next question, the first Indian to win the Ramsar Award for wetland wise use. So what is the name of that person? Jayashree, Venkateshan, Medha Patkar, Sunitha Narayan, Vandana Shiv और अरुणा रॉय. What is the name of that person जिन्होंने wetlands की preservation के लिए काफी efforts डाले, particularly in the Pallikarnai marsh in Chennai? What is the name of that person? The name of the person is Jayashree Venkateshan. Jayashree Venkateshan is the right answer. As we are talking about the Ramsar, can anybody tell me that when exactly the Ramsar Convention was been adopted? So Ramsar को कब किया गया था? Can anybody tell me that? So it was adopted in 1971. 1971 is the right answer. Okay, absolutely right. 1971 is the right answer. Now I would like to ask you that where exactly the Ramsar is. Let me tell you, Ramsar is a kind of place. Ramsar is the name of some place. And it is in which country? It is in Iran. Iran is the right answer. And now one more important point. When exactly India signed the Ramsar Convention? India ने Ramsar Convention को कब sign किया था? Can anybody tell me that in the chat box? So 1971 में इसे अडॉप्ट किया गया था और पावर में, और जो रामसर कन्वेंशन को साइन किया गया 1971 में, अडॉप्ट किया गया 1975 में. ठीक है, अगर हम बात करते हैं इंडिया ने कब साइन किया, व्हेन एग्जैक्टली इंडिया साइन द रामसर कन्वेंशन, दैट इज इन 1982. ठीक है, तो ये डिटेल्स, हमें कुछ बैकग्राउंड डिटेल्स को भी याद करना काफी जरूरी है. ठीक है, और जितना ज्यादा हम रिवीजन करेंगे, whenever we are covering any topic, अगर हम उसके साथ कुछ एडिशनल पॉइंट्स उससे रिलेटेड कवर कर लेंगे, डेफिनेटली इट विल बी रियली हेल्पफुल फॉर यू इन द एग्जाम. ओके, डोंट वरी इफ यू आर नॉट एबल टू रिमेंबर इट राइट नाउ, यू डोंट नो, दैट इज नॉट एट ऑल एनी इशू, बट yes, it is very important to basically cover this part. Okay, next question. So which of the following bank became the first public sector bank जिसने इंश्योरेंस कवरेज बेनिफिट्स ऑफर किए हैं एनआरआईज को with savings account through its revamped premium NRA and NRO savings account? तो अपने प्रीमियम NRE और NRO अकाउंट्स को इन्होंने लॉन्च किया, जिसके अंदर इन्होंने इंश्योरेंस कवरेज बेनिफिट्स प्रोवाइड किए टू द NRIs. ठीक है, सो व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इज द नेम ऑफ दैट बैंक? इट इज बैंक ऑफ बड़ौदा. बैंक ऑफ बड़ौदा इज द राइट आंसर. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, द थीम ऑफ इंटरनेशनल डे ऑफ एक्शन फॉर रिवर्स, जिसको 14 मार्च को हम बनाते हैं इस इंटरनेशनल डे को, व्हाट इज द थीम फॉर दिस पर्टिकुलर डे? द थीम फॉर दिस डे इज our rivers, our future. So guys, again I am telling you that in these questions there is not much thing to basically discuss here, right? That's why I'm telling you the right answer, and wherever we can correlate the things, we are trying to correlate it, right? For example, we just covered the International Day of Forests. Can anybody tell me the date on which we celebrated this day? International Day of Forests was been celebrated on which date? किस डेट को सेलिब्रेट किया हमने? 21 मार्च को. 21 मार्च. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, वर्ल्ड वाटर डे मैंने आपको बताया इसके बाद सेलिब्रेट करते हैं, दैट इज ऑन 22 मार्च. ठीक है, So that's how we can remember this part. Moving to the next question. So SEBI के नए chairperson, the 11th chairperson of the Security Exchange Board of India has been appointed. What is the name of that person? And he was earlier serving as on which position? That is what you need to tell me here. So what is the name of the person? The name of the person is Tuhin Kant Pandey, and he was earlier serving as the India's finance secretary. So option B is the right answer. Okay. और succeed किसको किया है इन्होंने? माधवी पुरी बुच. So I told you that the person who is outgoing and the person who is incoming. So आपको दोनों का नाम याद रखना है. And I can see in the chat box कि last questions का आंसर सभी स्टूडेंट्स ने अच्छे से दिया. So guys, do you really think that the way we are interconnecting these different news articles, and is this really helping you to retain it? Please tell me in the chat box. If yes, please give me a thumbs up. If it's working out for you, please give me a thumbs up so that we can also ensure the same part in the upcoming sessions also, जिससे कि आपको चीजें याद रहे. ठीक है? So because in the current affairs we are really required to retain a lot of things, right? And if conveniently and without any pain we are able to do it, I think that is the best part. Okay, so now let's move on to the next question. So India ने किस particular milestone को surpass किया in terms of coal production? तो coal production को surpass किया इंडिया ने, उसका एक particular target. What exactly that particular number is? See, such kind of milestones are really very important and they are being asked in the examination. So I can see in the chat box people are saying yes, definitely these tricks are helpful for them. That's really good to hear. But coming back to this question, India has surpassed the coal production of 1 billion tons. ठीक है, तो फिस्कल ईयर 24-25 में 1 बिलियन टन का ये जो कोल प्रोडक्शन है इसको हमने अचीव किया है. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. सो इंडिया मास्टर्स लेड बाय हु अमंग द फॉलोइंग डिफीटेड द वेस्ट इंडीज मास्टर्स? तो फाइनल में वेस्ट इंडीज मास्टर्स को डिफीट किया इंडिया मास्टर्स ने. लेट मी टेल यू, इट इज अ काइंड ऑफ cricket league just like an IPL, but यहाँ पर सभी retired players are playing, right? So India defeated the West Indies and the person who was captaining India is Sachin Tendulkar. Option A, Sachin Tendulkar is the right answer. ठीक है जी. अगर हम बात करते हैं क्रिकेट की, दोस्तों, so we all know that India won the Champions Trophy, right? इंडिया ने Champions Trophy जीती थी. Can anybody tell me that which team was defeated in the finals? किस टीम को इंडिया ने फाइनल्स के अंदर डिफीट किया था टू वन द चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी? व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इज द नेम ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर टीम व्हिच वाज बीन डिफीटेड बाय इंडिया टू वन द चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी? व्हाट इज द नेम ऑफ दैट टीम? आई रियली थिंक दैट यू गाइज आर रियली एबल टू रिमेंबर द नेम ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर टीम. तो बहुत सारे क्रिकेट फैंस बैठे हैं यहाँ पर, आई कैन सी. सो व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इज द नेम of that country which was defeated by India in the finals to win the Champions Trophy? And let me tell you another important part. अगर हम बात करें क्रिकेट की, तो Icon of Excellence Award was been given to Jay Shah. Jay Shah, who was basically earlier serving as the head of the Asian Cricket Council, and now he has become the youngest chair of इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट काउंसिल. आईसीसी के यंगेस्ट चेयर बन चुके हैं जय शाह, राइट? अगर हम बात करते हैं इसका, तो न्यूजीलैंड को डिफीट किया था इंडिया ने इन द फाइनल्स टू वन द चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी. दैट इज द राइट पार्ट. आई कैन सी इन द चैट बॉक्स मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल हैव गिवन मी द राइट आंसर, दैट इज न्यूजीलैंड. एब्सोल्युटली राइट. ठीक है. इसके अलावा लेट मी टेल यू दैट इंडिया और ऑस्ट्रेलिया के रिलेशंस को बेटर करने के लिए देयर इज अ एडवाइजरी ऑफ द इंडिया ऑस्ट्रेलिया सेंटर रिलेशंस, और इसके लिए किस पर्सन को अपॉइंट किया गया है? कैन एनीबडी टेल मी दैट? द नेम ऑफ द पर्सन इज स्टीव वॉ. स्टीव वॉ इज अ फॉर्मर ऑस्ट्रेलियन क्रिकेटर. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, ड्यूरिंग द आफ्टर द आईसीसी चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी, द ऑस्ट्रेलियन कैप्टन स्टीव स्मिथ हैज आल्सो अनाउंस्ड हिज रिटायरमेंट. सो ये हमने क्रिकेट की कुछ डिफरेंट न्यूज आर्टिकल्स को कवर कर लिया. ठीक है. इसके अलावा मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूं विजन 2020 का गुडविल एम्बेसडर अपॉइंट हुआ है. गुडविल एम्बेसडर. कैन एनीबडी टेल मी द नेम ऑफ दैट क्रिकेटर हु हैज बीन अपॉइंटेड द गुडविल एम्बेसडर ऑफ विजन 2020 इंडिया? तो विजन 2020 इंडिया के गुडविल एम्बेसडर अपॉइंट हुए हैं कृष्णा आमाचारी श्रीकांत. के श्रीकांत इज द राइट आंसर. So many people are telling about Dubai, right? Where exactly the Champions Trophy final took place. But can anybody tell me that which was the host country? किस country ने host किया था ICC Champions Trophy को? So the country which hosted the ICC Champions Trophy was basically Pakistan. Pakistan was the host, but yes, the final was held in Dubai. That is the right part. Absolutely. ठीक है. इसके अलावा there was a person who was the oldest living test cricketer. Can anybody tell me that person, the name of that person, oldest living test cricketer who passed away recently? The person name is Ron Draper. Ron Draper is the right answer. Now you can see here that from one single, just take it as a note of the cricket, and we have covered so many different news articles, right? This is what I just want you also to do when you are preparing the general awareness part. ठीक है, जब भी आप किसी भी न्यूज आर्टिकल को कवर करें, कोई ऐसा कीवर्ड आपको मिलता है तो डेफिनेटली ट्राई टू आस्क योरसेल्फ अ क्वेश्चन, व्हाट एल्स यू बेसिकली नो अबाउट दैट पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक, राइट? अगर ऐसे करेंगे डेफिनेटली आपको चीजें याद रहेंगी. लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. द फर्स्ट एवर ब्रांड एम्बेसडर ऑफ फेडरल बैंक, व्हाट इज द नेम ऑफ दिस पर्सन? Vidya Balan is the right answer. Next question. Bangalore Water Supply and Sewerage Board become India's first BIS certified water board. इंडिया का BIS certified water board बना, और आपको बताने की किसके लिए बना है, for what purpose. ठीक है. What is the reason? Why exactly it has been made this? Basically for the pipe drinking water supply management system. इसके लिए इसे यहां पर इंडिया का पहला BIS certified water board डिक्लेयर किया गया है. ठीक है. So Fruity is asking, it was a collaboration of both the countries. No, basically India denied to play in the Pakistan, and that's why all the matches of the India were taking place at a neutral venue. That was in Dubai. Okay. Next question. NASA astronauts Butch Wilmore and Sunita Williams returned to Earth. So उनको ट्रांसपोर्ट करने के लिए, वापस लाने के लिए back to Earth, which spacecraft was being used? Let me tell you guys that we are always having so many problems in our life, right? And we are always stuck in them. But just try to think about these two people. That is Butch Wilmore and Sunita Williams. Let me tell you that they went to International Space Station. ठीक है? They went to International Space Station. It was just a 7 days mission. And they came back after 286 days. After 286 days. Just try to think what exactly the kind of mindset that they were having during that time. That they are just in the space. They just stuck in the space. And during that part, Sunita Williams also created a record of the longest spacewalking. तो सबसे लंबा spacewalking record भी यहाँ पर सुनीता विलियम्स ने बनाया, where she surpassed the previous record of Peggy Whitson. ठीक है. So it is very important to cover such kind of things. अगर हम बात करते हैं spacecraft का नाम, it was basically a SpaceX Dragon. SpaceX Dragon is the name of spacecraft which brought these two astronauts back to the Earth. Okay, that's all. Moving to the next question. Andrew G. Barto and Richard S. Sutton, they were awarded AM Turing Award. ठीक है, और हमने इसको कवर किया ऑलरेडी. हम इसके ऊपर एक क्वेश्चन कर चुके हैं दैट रीइंफोर्समेंट लर्निंग के लिए इनको अवार्ड मिला. नाउ द क्वेश्चन इज, द अवार्ड वाज प्रेजेंटेड बाय विच ऑर्गेनाइजेशन? किस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने ये अवार्ड प्रेजेंट किया है? So what is the name of that particular organization which has presented this award? The name of the organization is Association for Computing Machinery. ठीक है, और गूगल ने भी सपोर्ट किया इस अवार्ड को, which is often referred as a Nobel Prize in Computing, that is Turing, AM Turing Award. AM Turing Award. Next question. Vijay Shankar, who is the Honorary Consul General of Denmark, तो इन्हें एक Knight's Cross of the Order of Dan Brock दिया गया था. You have to tell me here, किस चीज के लिए उन्हें रिकॉग्नाइज किया गया? For what purpose he was being given this award? Quickly tell me in the chat box. What is the name? What is the right answer? Economic contribution, diplomatic services, environmental contributions, consular services, philanthropic contributions. What is it? It is option D, that is consular services. That is the right answer. Next question. NASA ने लॉन्च किया है अपना लूनर ट्रेलब्लेजर मिशन. इसका प्राइमरी ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है? See, whenever you are reading any kind of mission, just try to make sure that you are reading the aim, the target of that particular mission. That is the most important part across which we see questions in the examination. ठीक है, so यहाँ पर आपको बताना है lunar trailblazer mission. Whether we want to extract water, ice and rare minerals from the lunar habitation, or we want to map the moon's surface for human settlement, we want to collect soil samples from the moon's south pole, to study the moon's gravitational fields, to study solar radiation levels on the moon. तो क्या करेंगे इसके अंदर? We will be basically extracting water, ice and rare minerals for the future lunar habitation. ठीक है, तो यहां पर आप देखिए लूनर ट्रेल ब्लेजर मिशन, राइट। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, इंटरनेशनल डे ऑफ जीरो वेस्ट 2025 ऑब्जर्व्ड इन मार्च 2025, व्हाट इज द थीम फॉर दैट डे? So please try to give me the right answer here. Guys, there is not any problem if you're not able to retain the information, if you're not able to answer the question right now कि हमने नहीं पढ़ा, ठीक है। Do not worry, इस सेशन के अंदर आप just try to even guess करके भी दीजिए, आंसर कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, राइट। क्योंकि अगर आपने क्वेश्चन का आंसर सही मार्क किया, डेफिनेटली आपको याद रहेगा कि ये मैंने सेशन के अंदर सही मार्क किया था, द राइट आंसर वाज दिस। और अगर आपने गलत मार्क किया तो गलत मार्क करने पे भी यू विल ऑलवेज बी एबल टू रिमेंबर कि दिस क्वेश्चन वाज बीन आंसर्ड बाय मी इनकरेक्टली एंड द राइट आंसर वाज दिस। सो यहां पर दोनों ही बोथ द केसेस आर अ विन विन सिचुएशन फॉर यू, राइट। सो मेक श्योर दैट यू आर पार्टिसिपेटिंग इन द सेशन। अब यहां पर अगर हम बात करते हैं, द थीम फॉर दैट पर्टिकुलर डे इज ऑप्शन बी, टुवर्ड्स जीरो वेस्ट इन द फैशन एंड टेक्सटाइल्स, ठीक है। दैट इज द राइट आंसर। सो गाइस, हम बेसिकली बात करते हैं जीरो वेस्ट की। अगर हम बात करें इंटरनेशनल डे ऑफ जीरो वेस्ट, हम ये कब सेलिब्रेट करते हैं? ऑन विच डेट वी सेलिब्रेट इंटरनेशनल डे ऑफ जीरो वेस्ट? सो इंटरनेशनल डे ऑफ जीरो वेस्ट हम चाहते हैं जीरो वेस्ट। जीरो वेस्ट होगा तो क्या होगा? एक सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट की तरफ हम पहुंच जाएंगे, है ना। तो सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट में जा रहे हैं, वेस्ट एकदम जीरो हो जा रहा है, राइट। तो सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल्स हम कब तक अचीव करना चाहते हैं? 2030 तक, राइट। तो इस डे को हम कब सेलिब्रेट करेंगे? दैट इज 30 मार्च। 30 मार्च को सेलिब्रेट करते हैं इंटरनेशनल डे ऑफ जीरो वेस्ट 2025, ठीक है। इंटरनेशनल डे ऑफ जीरो वेस्ट एवरी ईयर इज बीन सेलिब्रेटेड ऑन 30 मार्च। आई होप दिस पार्ट इज क्लियर टू एवरीबॉडी। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज ऑन द खेलो इंडिया पैरा गेम्स 2025 जो न्यू दिल्ली में हुए। आपको आइडेंटिफाई करना है कौन से कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ स्टेटमेंट्स यहां पर करेक्ट है। तो फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट, हरियाणा ने 34 गोल्ड मेडल्स जीते हैं, तमिलनाडु फर्स्ट रनर अप था विद 28 गोल्ड मेडल्स। Mascot of the event was named Ujjwala. So you need to identify the statements which are correct here, right? So yes, I can see in the chat box people are giving me the right answers here. That's really good to see that you are giving the right answers. So to this question, Khelo India Para Games 2025, right answer is option D, as all these statements are absolutely right. ठीक है? Haryana was the winner, Tamil Nadu was the runner-up, second runner-up was UP. 80 नेशनल रिकॉर्ड सेट किए गए 6 डिसिप्लिन्स में, मैस्कॉट का नेम है उज्ज्वला। तो ये पार्ट इतना इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है, बट यस, विनर एंड फर्स्ट रनर अप एंड मैस्कॉट नेम इज रिक्वायर्ड टू बी कवर्ड, ओके। और अभी हमने रिसेंटली आज कवर किया दैट खेलो इंडिया बीच गेम्स हैव बीन स्टार्टेड। कैन एनीबॉडी टेल मी खेलो इंडिया बीच गेम्स? सो खेलो इंडिया बीच गेम्स कहां पर हो रहे हैं? Can anybody tell me that? Where exactly they are taking place? We have just covered this in the previous 2 sessions, this part. That is in Diu. Diu is the right answer. Okay? बढ़ते हैं next question पे. So, India signed an MOU with Dash to enhance cooperation in the water, sanitation and hygiene. तो wash sector में India ने एक MOU sign किया, किस country के साथ किया है? What is the right answer? So, it has basically been done with नेपाल। नेपाल के साथ इंडिया ने इस एमओयू को साइन किया है। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, सो प्रिट्जकर आर्किटेक्चर प्राइज हैज बीन गिवन फॉर हिज पीपल सेंट्रिक आर्किटेक्चर। व्हाट इज द नेम? व्हाट इज द नेम ऑफ दैट पर्सन? द नेम ऑफ द पर्सन इज लियू जियाकुन। नाउ 5G सर्विसेज हैज बीन रोल्ड आउट अक्रॉस 99.6% ऑफ द डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स इन इंडिया। तो कौन से ईयर में 5G सर्विसेज को लॉन्च किया गया था? दैट इज द क्वेश्चन। किस ईयर में 5G सर्विसेज को लॉन्च किया गया था? दे वर लॉन्च्ड इन 2022। Next question, 23rd edition of the Varuna bilateral naval exercise. So Varuna exercise किसके बीच में होती है? इंडिया और फ्रांस के बीच में होती है। Now you need to tell me here where exactly it was held. Varuna exercise कहां पर हुई थी? It was held in. Let me see who will give me the right answer here. So yes, the right answer is option B, that is Arabian Sea. वरुणा एक्सरसाइज has been conducted between India and France. Similarly, कुछ और एक्सरसाइजेस भी हैं जो कंडक्ट की गई हैं रिसेंटली। फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर हम बात करते हैं इंदिरा एक्सरसाइज की, कैन एनीबॉडी टेल मी इंदिरा एक्सरसाइज वाज बीन कंडक्टेड बिटवीन विच 2 कंट्रीज? इंदिरा एक्सरसाइज वाज बीन कंडक्टेड बिटवीन IND stands for India and RA stands for रशिया। इसके अलावा खंजर एक्सरसाइज, खंजर एक्सरसाइज वॉज बीन कंडक्टेड. सो ये किसके बीच में हुई थी? खंजर, के फॉर किर्गिस्तान एंड इंडिया. इंडिया और किर्गिस्तान के बीच में हुई है खंजर एक्सरसाइज. ठीक है. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट देयर इज अनदर एक्सरसाइज, टाइगर ट्रियम्फ. टाइगर ट्रियम्फ वाज बीन कंडक्टेड बिटवीन इंडिया एंड यूएसए. सो इंडिया और यूएस के बीच में हुई है टाइगर ट्रियम्फ. खंजर एक्सरसाइज बिटवीन किर्गिस्तान एंड इंडिया एंड वरुणा एक्सरसाइज बिटवीन इंडिया एंड फ्रांस. सो दीज वर द सम मेजर एक्सरसाइजेस व्हिच टुक प्लेस and India also participated in that exercises. Okay, that is the right part. Let's move on to the next question. International Women's Day की क्या थीम थी, ये क्वेश्चन है. और ये डे हम हर साल 8 मार्च को सेलिब्रेट करते हैं. If I talk about the theme of the International Women's Day was for all women and girls rights, equality, empowerment. Option B is the right answer. तो इस क्वेश्चन में ज्यादा चीजें सोचने वाली नहीं है, राइट? और काफी इजी क्वेश्चन है, डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन है. आई होप कि आप सभी ये चीज अंडरस्टैंड कर पा रहे हैं फ्रॉम द एग्जामिनेशन पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. सो डैश पुलिस अनाउंस द लॉन्च ऑफ 30 शिष्टाचार स्क्वाड्स. शिष्टाचार स्क्वाड्स किस पुलिस ने लॉन्च किए हैं? शिष्टाचार स्क्वाड्स हैज बीन लॉन्च्ड बाय व्हिच प्लेस पुलिस? इट हैज बीन लॉन्च्ड बाय दिल्ली पुलिस. ठीक है, दिल्ली पुलिस इज द राइट आंसर. और अभी हमने 2 days बैक वी हैव कंडक्टेड अ सेशन वेयर वी डिस्कस्ड अबाउट द EFIR. सॉरी, E0FIR. ये इनिशिएटिव हमने देखा था, राइट? एंड इट हैज आल्सो बीन लॉन्च ऑन द पायलट बेसिस इन दिल्ली. तो दिल्ली में इसको लॉन्च किया गया है, जहां पर आपके 10 लाख रुपीस का कोई भी अगर किसी को इकोनॉमिक लॉस होता है तो वहां पर, और कोई पर्सन उसे NCRP या फिर 1930 नंबर पर अगर कंप्लेंट रजिस्टर कराता है तो दैट कैन बी कन्वर्टेड इनटू अ E0FIR. ठीक है. सो ये कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट चीजें हैं जो हमने ऑलरेडी पिछले सेशंस में भी कवर किए हैं. आप इंटर रिलेट कर सकते हो इसे, राइट? शिष्टाचार स्क्वाड्स, E0FIR, दोनों में कॉमन क्या है? दिल्ली. दैट इज द राइट आंसर. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, एक्सरसाइज डेजर्ट हर्ट 2025. तो ये ट्राई सर्विसेज स्पेशल फोर्स एक्सरसाइज है. इसको किस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने होस्ट किया था, ऑर्गेनाइज किया था? इट वॉज बीन डन बाय इंडियन एयरफोर्स. इंडियन एयरफोर्स इज द राइट आंसर. और इंडियन एयरफोर्स ने कौन से बैंक के साथ प्रोजेक्ट हक को लॉन्च किया? प्रोजेक्ट हक हैज बीन लॉन्च्ड बाय इंडियन एयरफोर्स अलोंग विच ऑर्गेनाइजेशन? कैन एनीबॉडी टेल मी दैट? व्हाट वाज द नेम ऑफ दैट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन? सो दोस्तों, यहां पर हक की फुल फॉर्म को भी पूछा जा सकता है. ठीक है, सीधी सी बात है, इंडियन एयरफोर्स ने हक लॉन्च किया. हक कौन देगा? H फॉर हक, H फॉर HDFC. HDFC बैंक इज द राइट आंसर. ठीक है, ये हमने लॉन्च किया था अपने पेंशनर्स के लिए. सो बेसिकली हक स्टैंड्स फॉर हवाई, बिकॉज वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट इंडियन एयरफोर्स, दे फ्लाई, राइट? सो हवाई, H फॉर हवाई, A फॉर अनुभवी. तो हमारे अनुभवी ऑफिसर्स हैं, पेंशनर्स हैं, अनुभवी हैं, राइट? और क्यों लॉन्च किया गया? उनके वेलफेयर के लिए. सो दैट इज कल्याण केंद्र. कल्याण, दैट मीन्स वेलफेयर. तो हवाई अनुभवी कल्याण केंद्र, दैट व्हाट हक स्टैंड्स फॉर, व्हिच हैज बीन लॉन्च्ड बाय इंडियन एयरफोर्स अलोंग विद द HDFC बैंक. दैट इज द राइट पार्ट. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, त्रिनेत्र. त्रिनेत्र एक AI पावर्ड साइबर सिक्योरिटी प्लेटफॉर्म है. किस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है त्रिनेत्र को डेवलप किया? दैट्स द क्वेश्चन इज ऑल अबाउट. So, which organization has launched Trinetra? It was being launched by Center for Development of Telematics. Next question, Guy initiative, that is Gir Adarsh Ajivika Yojana, has been launched, and which of the following state or the UT is the one which has come up with this initiative? So, किस state ने इस initiative को launch किया है, under which they will be empowering women from scheduled caste, scheduled tribe and the other backward classes. So what is the name of that state? It is Dadar and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu. And Diu is that particular place where we have seen that Khelo India beach games have been started recently. Next question, Saina Nehwal has been made the ambassador, right? She has collaborated with which brand? What is the name of brand with which she has recently collaborated? That is Narika, which is a pioneering menstrual hygiene brand. So Saina Nehwal has basically collaborated with this Narika brand. Okay. Next question. So EY Entrepreneur of the Year 24 award was been won by which person? So this person is basically has brought some kind of revolution in the market. And what is the name of that person? That is Nitin Kamath, right? For his Zerodha. Zerodha को आप सभी ने यूज किया होगा. जो लोग बेसिकली स्टॉक्स परचेज करते हैं, ट्रेडिंग करते हैं, दे बेसिकली यूज Zerodha, राइट? सो Zerodha के फाउंडर है नितिन कामत, हु हैज बिकम द EY एंटरप्रेन्योर ऑफ द ईयर 2024. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन अबाउट द IFA अवार्ड्स 2025. ये राजस्थान में हुए. आपको बताना है किस पर्सन ने बेस्ट परफॉर्मेंस इन द लीडिंग रोल अवार्ड जीता है, राइट? आलिया भट्ट, कृति सेनन, नितांशी गोयल, दीपिका पादुकोण, तापसी पन्नू. व्हाट इज इट? व्हाट इज द राइट आंसर हियर? इट इज ऑप्शन सी, नितांशी गोयल. ऑप्शन सी. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, इंडिया फर्स्ट पब्लिक प्राइवेट पार्टनरशिप ग्रीन वेस्ट प्रोसेसिंग प्लांट, ये कहां पर सेटअप किया गया है? अंडर द स्वच्छ भारत मिशन अर्बन. तो स्वच्छ भारत मिशन अर्बन के अंडर इस प्लांट को लॉन्च किया गया. ये पहला पब्लिक प्राइवेट पार्टनरशिप ग्रीन वेस्ट प्रोसेसिंग प्लांट है. इट इज बीन एस्टैब्लिश्ड इन बिचोली हप्सी. ऑप्शन है बिचोली हप्सी. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, एक MOU साइन हुआ बिटवीन द डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ टेलीकम्युनिकेशन एंड वन ऑफ द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, राइट? इट इज अ काइंड ऑफ सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म इन ऑर्डर टू लॉन्च स्कैम से बचाओ कैंपेन. ठीक है, तो जो टेलीकॉम रिसोर्सेज का मिसयूज किया जाता है, तो उसके लिए उसकी वजह से काफी स्कैम्स होते हैं, और स्कैम से बचाने के लिए इस प्लेटफॉर्म के साथ एक MOU साइन किया गया. सो गाइज, whenever you just want to chat with your friends, right, with your best friends, तो आप कौन सा प्लेटफॉर्म को यूज करते हैं? Majorly that particular platform has been used right now, and that is absolutely right, WhatsApp. So WhatsApp is the right answer. Option A, WhatsApp is the right answer. स्कैम से बचाओ कैंपेन के साथ साथ कैन एनीबडी टेल मी अबाउट द जागो ग्राहक जागो, राइट? हमने कवर किया वर्ल्ड कंज्यूमर राइट्स डे. ऑन विच डेट वी सेलिब्रेट दिस डे? वर्ल्ड कंज्यूमर राइट्स डे इज बीन सेलिब्रेटेड एवरी ईयर ऑन 15 मार्च. 15 बार बताया, राइट? 15 मार्च इज द राइट आंसर. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, अजीत डोवल ने एक ग्लोबल इंटेलिजेंस चीफ्स की मीट को होस्ट किया था, जिसके अंदर 5 आइज अलायंस के डेलीगेट्स भी आए थे, राइट? और आपको आइडेंटिफाई करना है इसमें कौन सी कंट्री है जो कि 5 आइज अलायंस का पार्ट नहीं है, विच इज नॉट द पार्ट ऑफ 5 आइज अलायंस. तो ये एक ट्रिकी क्वेश्चन आप सभी के लिए, आपको आइडेंटिफाई करना है दोस्तों. सी, लेट मी टेल यू दैट रियली इट विल बी अ काइंड ऑफ सरप्राइजिंग क्वेश्चन फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू, क्योंकि आप देख सकते हो कि इंडिया के अजीत डोवल ने होस्ट किया ग्लोबल इंटेलिजेंस चीफ्स, राइट? और वहां पर 5 आइज अलायंस के डेलीगेट्स रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स भी आए, और हमने क्वेश्चन में पूछा कि कौन सी कंट्री इसका पार्ट नहीं है. सो इंडिया ने ही मीट होस्ट की, बट लेट मी टेल यू हियर दैट इंडिया इज नॉट द पार्ट ऑफ द 5 आइज अलायंस. रेस्ट ऑल द कंट्रीज आर द पार्ट ऑफ 5 आइज अलायंस. इंडिया इज नॉट द पार्ट. So US, UK, Australia, New Zealand, these are the members of the 5 Eyes Alliance along with the Canada, Australia. ठीक है जी. So आप देख सकते हो कि इसे एस्टैब्लिश किया गया था 1946 में. ये वर्ल्ड का ओल्डेस्ट और मोस्ट एक्सक्लूसिव इंटेलिजेंस शेयरिंग नेटवर्क है. That is 5 Eyes Alliance. Please remember the name. Next question, कॉमनवेल्थ फेडरेशन गेम्स फेडरेशन अपना नाम रिसेंटली चेंज किया. व्हाट इज द न्यू नेम ऑफ कॉमनवेल्थ गेम्स फेडरेशन? So it has launched a kind of movement here by renaming itself. What is the name? So I can see some good reactions from the students here on the previous question, but yes, this kind of tricky question can be asked in the exam as well. ठीक है? So do not worry, we are making you ready for such kind of questions also. Okay? So what is the right answer to this question? It is Commonwealth Sport. Commonwealth Games Federation has been renamed to the Commonwealth Sport. Next question, मुंबई इंडियंस ने वुमेन्स प्रीमियर लीग जीती है 2025 की. आपको बताना है कि ये उनका कौन सा टाइटल था. पहला टाइटल था, दूसरा था, तीसरा, चौथा, पांचवा. कौन से नंबर का टाइटल इन्होंने जीता है? वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द वुमेन्स प्रीमियर लीग, राइट? राइट नाउ वी ऑल नो IPL इज गोइंग ऑन, सो उसी का वुमेन के लिए वी कम अप विद द वुमेन्स प्रीमियर लीग WPL 2025. ठीक है? एंड इट वाज इट्स सेकेंड टाइटल. अगर हम बात करते हैं उन्होंने किसको यहां पर, अगर हम बात करें कौन कैप्टन था, हरमनप्रीत कौर वाज कैप्टनिंग द मुंबई इंडियंस टीम एंड शी डिफीटेड दिल्ली कैपिटल्स इन द फाइनल्स, राइट? एमर्जिंग प्लेयर ऑफ द सीजन वाज अमनजोत कौर. मोस्ट वैल्यूएबल प्लेयर इज नेट शिवर ब्रंट. ऑरेंज कैप वाज बीन आल्सो वन बाय नेट शिवर ब्रंट. पर्पल कैप वाज बीन वन बाय एमिलिया कर, राइट? सो यहां पर कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट डेटाज और इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्ट्स को हमने कवर कर लिया है फ्रॉम द एग्जामिनेशन पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. अब बढ़ते हैं अपने अगले क्वेश्चन की तरफ. ठीक है. सो इंडिया वन द आईसीसी चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी बाय डिफीटिंग द न्यूजीलैंड इन द फाइनल. तो इस विक्ट्री के साथ इंडिया बिकेम द मोस्ट सक्सेसफुल टीम इन चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी हिस्ट्री. तो चैंपियन ट्रॉफी की हिस्ट्री में इंडिया मोस्ट सक्सेसफुल टीम बन चुकी है. कितने टाइटल्स इंडिया ने जीते हैं? कैन एनीबॉडी टेल मी दैट? हाउ मेनी टाइटल्स इंडिया हैज वन? बेसिकली 3 टाइटल्स इंडिया हैज वन, राइट? दैट इज द राइट आंसर. और ये चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी कहां हुई थी? पाकिस्तान was the host for the ICC Champions Trophy 2025. Next question, Balbir Singh Senior Award for the Player of the Year was been awarded to Harmanpreet Singh. पहले हरमनप्रीत कौर थी, वुमेन्स प्रीमियर लीग की बात हो रही थी. अभी हरमनप्रीत सिंह है जिन्हें बलबीर सिंह सीनियर अवार्ड मिला है इन द मेंस कैटेगरी, राइट? और आपको आइडेंटिफाई करना है कौन से स्टेटमेंट्स यहां पर करेक्ट है. हरमनप्रीत सिंह ने बेसिकली लेड इंडिया टू ब्रॉन्ज मेडल एट द पेरिस 2024 ओलंपिक्स. ये इनका पहली बार इन्होंने अवार्ड जीता है. ही वॉज नेम्ड FIH मेंस प्लेयर ऑफ द ईयर 2024. Let me tell you that he is really a very good player and he has not won this award for the very first time, but for the second time he has won. That's why right answer is option B, that is statement 1 and 3 are correct. Statement 2 is incorrect here. ठीक है? So Shanika, basically Dubai was the place of the final match, right? But the host country for the Champions Trophy was Pakistan. Next question is on the Chandrayaan 5 mission which has been recently approved. और आपको आइडेंटिफाई करना है कि कौन से स्टेटमेंट्स यहां पर करेक्ट हैं. सो हियर द 3 स्टेटमेंट्स आर बीइंग गिवन. फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट, द एम ऑफ द चंद्रयान 5 मिशन इज द रोवर डिप्लॉयड विल बी वेइंग 250 kg, राइट? और चंद्रयान 3 का 25 kg रोवर था. 3 मिशन विल बी लॉन्च इन 2025. मिशन का एम क्या है कि हम मून के सरफेस को डिटेल्ड मिनरोलॉजिकल और जियोलॉजिकल एनालिसिस करेंगे ऑफ द मून सरफेस अंडर द चंद्रयान 5 मिशन. अगर हम बात करते हैं इस मिशन को कब लॉन्च किया जाएगा, इट विल बी लॉन्च इन 2028, नॉट इन 2025. सो दैट्स व्हाई ऑप्शन ए इज द राइट आंसर. 1 and 2 इज द राइट आंसर. ठीक है, दैट्स राइट. मूविंग टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. सो द न्यू चेयरमैन ऑफ द GSMA, आई ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू दैट वी विल बी डिस्कसिंग अबाउट द GSMA, राइट? सो हु हैज बीन इलेक्टेड एज द न्यू chairman of GSMA and he has become the second Indian to have this position. So what is the name of this person? Sunil Mittal, Gopal Mittal, Rajiv Suri and Chandrasekharan Mukesh Ambani, who has been appointed as the chairman of GSMA. So my dear friends, let me tell you that today's session is going to give you a real check. A reality check will be there before all of you. दैट कितने क्वेश्चंस आपने करेक्टली आंसर किए सेशन में, कितने क्वेश्चंस को इनकरेक्टली आंसर किया है, राइट? और उसी के बेसिस पर यू कैन जस्ट एनालाइज योर परफॉर्मेंस एंड देन यू नीड टू वर्क अपॉन योर वीक एरियाज एंड यू हैव टू इंश्योर कि जो स्ट्रेंथ एरियाज हैं आपके वो स्ट्रेंथ एरियाज बने रहें. वीक एरियाज को कन्वर्ट करना है हमें स्ट्रेंथ एरियाज बाय द टाइम एग्जाम नोटिफिकेशन कम्स. ठीक है? और जिसने बिल्कुल नहीं पढ़ा उसको भी आइडिया लगेगा कि कैसे क्वेश्चन एग्जाम में पूछे जा सकते हैं, कैसे हमें करंट अफेयर आर्टिकल्स को अप्रोच करना है, कैसे उन्हें याद रखना है. ठीक है? तो यस, गोपाल विट्ठल इज द राइट आंसर. ही हैज बिकम द सेकंड इंडियन टू होल्ड दिस पोजीशन आफ्टर सुनील मित्तल. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज अबाउट द लोकसभा हैज पास द फाइनेंस बिल 2025 और इसको कॉमनली रेफर किया जाता है एज डैश, दैट इज गूगल टैक्स, डिजिटल टैक्स, ई कॉमर्स, एड रेवेन्यू, ऑनलाइन एडवर्टाइजिंग टैक्स. आपको आइडेंटिफाई करना है क्या है यहां पर सही आंसर. So this included a 6% equalization levy on the digital advertisements. तो डिजिटल एडवर्टीजमेंट पे 6% का लेवाई यहां चार्ज किया जाएगा अंडर द फाइनेंस बिल. लोकसभा ने इसे पास किया है. इट इज कॉमनली रेफर टू एज द गूगल टैक्स. ऑप्शन ए, गूगल टैक्स इज द राइट आंसर. ठीक है? सो बेसिकली विद द हेल्प ऑफ दिस वी वांट टू टैक्स द डिजिटल एडवर्टाइजिंग रेवेन्यू जनरेशन. तो इंडियन यूजर्स के जरिए जो भी रेवेन्यू जनरेट किया जा रहा है ड्यू टू द डिजिटल एडवर्टाइजिंग यहां पर उस पे किया जाएगा. ठीक है? आई होप दिस इज क्लियर टू ऑल ऑफ यू. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, कौन सी स्टेट है जो बनी पहली स्टेट टू एस्टैब्लिश अ सीनियर सिटीजन कमीशन? तो सीनियर सिटीजन कमीशन को एस्टैब्लिश करने वाली पहली स्टेट कौन सी है? तमिलनाडु, केरला, कर्नाटका, आंध्र प्रदेश, गुजरात. व्हाट इज द राइट आंसर हियर? So the name of that state is Kerala. Kerala is the right answer. और आज हमने एक कोडाई कनाल सोलर ऑब्जर्वेटरी के बारे में कवर किया था, राइट? अपने पिछले CT 360 सेशन के अंदर, जिसके 125 years रिसेंटली कंप्लीट हुए हैं. So that particular solar observatory is also in the Tamil Nadu. Okay? I hope you guys will be able to remember this part. Next question. So Abel Prize for his contribution to algebraic analysis. सो एल्जेब्रिक एनालिसिस और रिप्रेजेंटेशन थ्योरी के लिए एबल प्राइज इनको दिया गया है. द नेम ऑफ द पर्सन इज मासाकी काशिवारा. तो मासाकी काशिवारा इज द विनर ऑफ एबल प्राइज. ठीक है, इस प्राइज को एस्टैब्लिश किया गया 2002 में. ये नॉर्वेजियन मैथमेटिशियन नील्स हेनरिक एबल के नाम पर रखा जाता है. मैथमेटिक्स का नोबेल प्राइज इसे कहते हैं. अगर हम बात करें कंप्यूटिंग का नोबेल प्राइज कौन सा था, दैट वाज AM ट्यूरिंग अवार्ड. और मैथमेटिक्स का नोबेल प्राइज कौन सा है, एबल प्राइज. ठीक है जी, आई होप सभी को याद रहेंगी ये सब चीजें. एवरीबडी विल बी एबल टू रिटेन दिस पार्ट. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. सो चेयरमैन ऑफ द इंडियन बैंक्स एसोसिएशन, हु इज द न्यू चेयरमैन ऑफ इंडियन बैंक्स एसोसिएशन? So 5 options are being given to all of you. What is the right answer here? Very easy guys. Indian Bank Association के नए चेयरमैन बने हैं चल्ला श्रीनिवासलू शेट्टी. That is the right answer. CS शेट्टी याद रखिए. तो शेट्टी साहब इंडियन बैंक एसोसिएशन के चेयरमैन बन चुके हैं. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. सेंटर फॉर ऑस्ट्रेलिया इंडिया रिलेशंस, तो किसको अपॉइंट किया गया टू दिस एडवाइजरी बोर्ड? आई ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू द राइट आंसर हियर. When we were discussing the cricket part, we already discussed this part. That is Steve Waugh is the name of the person. Yes, absolutely right. I can see in the chat box all the people have given me the right answer. So Gururaj, Shanika, Mayank, Swapnil, everybody has given the right answer. That is option A, Steve Waugh. Absolutely right. So now guys, let's move on to the next question here. So government discuss initiatives to promote coal gasification. तो coal gasification के लिए हमने कुछ चीजों को डिस्कस किया था. कौन से स्टेटमेंट्स करेक्ट हैं? पहला स्टेटमेंट 100 मिलियन टन्स हम कोल गैसिफाई करना चाहते हैं 2030 तक. कोल इंडिया लिमिटेड ने पार्टनरशिप की भेल और गेल के साथ. 50% रिबेट मिलेगा रेवेन्यू शेयर पे फॉर द कोल यूज इन गैसिफिकेशन. तो गैसिफिकेशन के लिए जो भी कोल यूज होगा उस पर 50% का रिबेट मिलेगा. तो ये 3 स्टेटमेंट्स आपको दिए गए हैं. आपको आइडेंटिफाई करना है कि कौन से स्टेटमेंट करेक्ट है. So the statement which is correct here is option C. All the statements are correct here. ठीक है, सभी statements correct हैं about coal gasification, targets of the government of India. और इसके साथ ही कोल की बात करें अगर हम, तो कोल प्रोडक्शन का माइलस्टोन जो हमने फिस्कल ईयर 24-25 के अंदर सरपास किया. कैन एनीबडी टेल मी दैट व्हाट एग्जैक्टली दैट माइलस्टोन दैट वी हैव अचीव्ड? सो व्हाट इज दैट माइलस्टोन दैट वी हैव अचीव्ड इन द फिस्कल ईयर 24-25? Please tell me in the chat box. That is 1 billion tons. 1 billion tons. Have we covered this part in the today's session? Yes, we have already covered this, right? I hope आप सभी को ये चीज याद है. बढ़ते हैं अगले क्वेश्चन पे. So नेशनल टास्क फोर्स, सुप्रीम कोर्ट ऑफ इंडिया ने रिसेंटली बनाया था नेशनल टास्क फोर्स को, एंड दैट विल बी बेसिकली एड्रेसिंग द स्टूडेंट्स रेट ऑफ सुसाइड एंड मेंटल हेल्थ कंसर्न्स. आप सभी जानते हैं दोस्तों कि काफी स्टूडेंट्स हैं who have committed the suicide, or there are so many students who are that much pressurized and having so much stress in their mind that it is impacting their mental health. ठीक है, so उस पर्टिकुलर प्रॉब्लम को एड्रेस करने के लिए नेशनल टास्क फोर्स बनाई गई थी. who will be the head of this national task force? So guys, let me tell you here another important point, that there are so many aspirants जिनसे हम बात करते हैं, right? And there are so many people who are in the stress. See, let me tell you guys, this is whatever your dream is of becoming any officer in the desired organization, right? See, your life comes first and every other thing comes after that. So always make sure that when you are in the happy state of mind and when you are having good mental state, then only you will be able to perform really well in the examination. किसी भी एग्जाम में, चाहे वो एग्जाम आपका ये एग्जाम है या लाइफ का एग्जाम है, राइट? दोनों ही एग्जाम्स में अगर आपको अच्छा परफॉर्म करना है तो वहां पर आपको हैप्पी रहना बहुत जरूरी है. अपनी मेंटल स्टेट को सही रखना बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है. ठीक है, तो यहां पर व्हाट इज द नेम ऑफ दैट पर्सन? द नेम ऑफ द पर्सन इज जस्टिस एस रविंद्र भात. दैट इज द राइट आंसर. ठीक है, आई थिंक आप सभी अग्री करेंगे इस चीज से. और क्योंकि अभी हमने हैप्पीनेस की बात की, तो कैन एनीबडी टेल मी दैट ऑन विच डेट वी सेलिब्रेट द वर्ल्ड हैप्पीनेस डे? वर्ल्ड हैप्पीनेस डे हम कौन सी डेट को सेलिब्रेट करते हैं? लेट मी टेल यू दैट इट इज ऑल्सो बीन सेलिब्रेटेड इन द मंथ ऑफ मार्च ओनली. व्हाट इज द डेट ऑन विच वी सेलिब्रेट वर्ल्ड हैप्पीनेस डे? सो वर्ल्ड हैप्पीनेस डे एवरी ईयर सेलिब्रेटेड ऑन 20th of March. ठीक है जी. सो आई होप दैट दिस इज क्लियर टू ऑल ऑफ यू, right? सो यस वी आर डन विद दिस पार्ट. बढ़ते हैं अगले क्वेश्चन पर. नेशनल जियोस्पेटियल पॉलिसी 2022 वाज इन द न्यूज. सो कौन सी स्टेटमेंट करेक्ट है यहाँ पर? द फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट, इसको लॉन्च किया 2022 में बाय द डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी. विजन है पॉलिसी का टू डेवलप हाई रेजोल्यूशन मैपिंग सिस्टम बाय 2035. पॉलिसी का टारगेट है जनरेटिंग जियोस्पेटियल डेटा फॉर इनलैंड वाटर, डीप सी टोपोग्राफी एंड अर्बन इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बाय 2025. तो 3 स्टेटमेंट्स नेशनल जियोस्पेटियल पॉलिसी के ऊपर पूछे गए हैं आपसे. सो प्लीज ट्राई टू टेल मी हियर व्हाट इज द राइट आंसर. So yes, here option A is the right answer. That is statement 1 and 2 are correct here. Policy का जो target है, it includes development of digital elevation models and high resolution topographical surveys by 2030. ठीक है जी. So not by 2025, by 2030. Next question. Prime Minister of India was conferred the Grand Commander of the Order of the Star and the Key of Indian Ocean Award by Mauritius. So you need to identify here the statements regarding this award and PM Modi's visit. So ये Mauritius का highest civilian honor है and was awarded during the 57th National Day celebration of the Republic of Mauritius. PM मोदी जी पहले national foreign national हैं to receive this honor. India और Mauritius ने 8 MOU साइन किया to enhance the strategic part, right? So क्या है इस क्वेश्चन का सही आंसर? कौन से स्टेटमेंट्स यहाँ पर करेक्ट हैं? So let me tell you that PM Modi is not the first foreign national to receive this honor, and that's why option C 1 and 3 is the right answer, because he is the 5th foreign national to receive this honor and not the first one. That's why it is incorrect. Next question. India ने host किया international para event for the very first time, right? So what exactly is the title of that event? इस para event का title क्या था? It was World Para Athletics Grand Prix 2025. That is the right answer. Next question. The first Indian celebrity to receive the United Kingdom's Lifetime Achievement Award. The Lifetime Achievement Award United Kingdom से मिला है इन्हें. The name of that particular actor is चिरंजीवी. Option C चिरंजीवी is the right answer. Next question. Government of India ने discussion किया about the National Gene Bank. आपको identify करना है what is the key objective behind the creation of this gene bank. कि जीन बैंक को बनाने का मेजर पर्पस क्या था हमारा? व्हाट इज द मेजर ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ दिस? प्लीज गो थ्रू द स्टेटमेंट्स एंड ट्राई टू आइडेंटिफाई द राइट आंसर. तो 5 ऑप्शंस आपको दिए गए हैं. दैट इज एस्टैब्लिशमेंट ऑफ जीन बैंक. क्यों किया गया? जिससे हम मेडिसिनल प्लांट स्पीशीज को स्टोर कर सकें फॉर द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ फार्मास्यूटिकल प्रोडक्ट्स. नेक्स्ट पार्ट. 10 लाख क्रॉप जर्म प्लाज्म को कंजर्व किया जाएगा यहां पे. थर्ड वन, वी विल बी प्रिजर्विंग द प्लांट स्पीशीज फ्रॉम अदर कंट्रीज. देन वी विल बी क्रिएटिंग ग्लोबल रिपोजिटरी फॉर ऑल स्पीशीज ऑफ क्रॉप्स. सो आई कैन सी इन द चैट बॉक्स मनीष, गुरुराज, स्वप्निल, हर्षल, रोवर, ऑल द पीपल आर गोइंग विद ऑप्शन बी. यस, ऑप्शन बी इज द राइट आंसर. 10 लाख क्रॉप जर्म प्लाज्म की कंजर्वेशन के लिए इसको बनाया जाएगा. ठीक है जी. Next question. A letter of intent has been signed by which country for the maritime digitalization and decarbonization projects? तो ये letter of intent किसके साथ किया गया है? For the development of green and digital shipping corridor. तो digital shipping corridor को बनाने के लिए ये जो हमने letter of intent sign किया, it has been signed with Singapore. Next question. बालपन की कविता initiative, इसको launch किया गया था based on the details provided. Which of the following statements are correct here? तो दोस्तों बालपन की कविता इनिशिएटिव ये काफी इंपॉर्टेंट इनिशिएटिव है जिसके अंदर बेसिकली जो इंडिया का कल्चर है, ट्रेड इंडिया का जो कल्चर है उसको हम इन द फॉर्म ऑफ पोएम्स वी जस्ट वांट टू टेल द स्टूडेंट्स हियर, राइट? जो हमारे चिल्ड्रन है उनको हम बताना चाहते हैं और इसके लिए 3 कैटेगरीज को यहाँ पर लॉन्च किया गया था अंडर द बालपन की कविता इनिशिएटिव. तो पहला स्टेटमेंट है हम कंपेंडियम बना रहे हैं नर्सरी राइम्स का एंड पोएम्स इन इंडियन लैंग्वेजेस एंड इंग्लिश. तो इंडियन लैंग्वेजेस और इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज में इसको करेंगे. एब्सोल्युटली राइट. सेकंड स्टेटमेंट, ओपन फॉर 4 कैटेगरीज. नो, ओपन फॉर 3 कैटेगरीज. लॉन्च बाय डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ स्कूल एजुकेशन लिटरेसी. एब्सोल्युटली राइट. तो स्टेटमेंट 1 and 3 आर करेक्ट. स्टेटमेंट 2 इज इनकरेक्ट. ऑप्शन ए इज द राइट आंसर. तो 3 कैटेगरीज कौन सी हैं? प्री प्राइमरी, ग्रेड 1 एंड द ग्रेड 2. दिस इज द राइट आंसर. ओके. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. 2 हड़प्पन सिविलाइजेशन साइट्स को डिक्लेयर किया गया एज प्रोटेक्टेड आर्कियोलॉजिकल साइट्स. ये साइट्स कहां पर लोकेटेड हैं? दे आर लोकेटेड इन भिवानी डिस्ट्रिक्ट ऑफ हरियाणा, दैट इज द राइट आंसर। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, वंतरा ये इंडिया का पहला एनिमल रेस्क्यू कंजर्वेशन प्रोग्राम है, इसको कहां पर इनॉग्रेट किया गया? वंतरा रिलायंस ने इसको लॉन्च किया गया है, राइट, रिलायंस ने इसे लॉन्च किया गया एंड वंतरा इंडिया का पहला एनिमल रेस्क्यू कंजर्वेशन प्रोग्राम है, इसे जामनगर गुजरात के अंदर लॉन्च किया गया है, ठीक है, दैट इज द राइट आंसर। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, पर्सन हु हैज बीन इलेक्टेड एज द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंटरनेशनल ओलंपिक कमेटी, सो इंटरनेशनल ओलंपिक कमेटी के नए चेयरपर्सन का क्या नाम है? सो वेन एवर अ न्यू पर्सन इज coming to the top position of any organization, it is very important for us to remember. So what is the name? The name is Christy Coventry. Christy Coventry is the right answer. ये पहली फीमेल प्रेसिडेंट है और पहली अफ्रीकन प्रेसिडेंट है ऑफ द IOC, ठीक है, दैट इज द राइट आंसर। आई होप दिस इज क्लियर टू ऑल ऑफ यू एंड शी इज सक्सीडिंग थॉमस बैक। ये थॉमस बैक को रिप्लेस किया है, कर्स्टी कोवेंट्री पहली फीमेल प्रेसिडेंट बनी है, ओके। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन अबाउट द हिमशील्ड 2024 ग्रैंड चैलेंज इवेंट, ये कंक्लूड किया गया, कौन सी मिनिस्ट्री ने ऑर्गेनाइज किया? तो जब भी ऐसा कोई इवेंट होगा, कौन इसे ऑर्गेनाइज कर रहा है, काफी जरूरी हो जाता है हमारे लिए, एंड इट हैज बीन ऑर्गेनाइज्ड बाय द मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स एंड इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी, ठीक है जी। सो सीडेक थिरुवनंतपुरम, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स एंड इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी, ग्लेशियर लेक आउटबर्स्ट फ्लड मिटिगेशन के इनोवेशन के लिए इसको लॉन्च किया गया था, नेम इज हिमशील्ड, ठीक है जी, हिमशील्ड इज द राइट आंसर। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, इंडिया का पहला वर्ल्ड पीस सेंटर किसने एस्टैब्लिश किया है? अहिंसा विश्व भारती ने, ये हम ऑलरेडी कवर कर चुके हैं, गुरुग्राम हरियाणा में इसे सेटअप किया गया है, ठीक है। देन फर्स्ट ऑक्सिलरी प्रोडक्शन सेंटर एस्टैब्लिश किया गया, कौन सी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इस एस्टैब्लिशमेंट के लिए रिस्पॉन्सिबल है? विच ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर इट्स एस्टैब्लिशमेंट? हम बात कर रहे हैं ऑक्सिलरी प्रोडक्शन सेंटर की। इज इट सिपाहीजला डिस्ट्रिक्ट ऑफ त्रिपुरा, गुवाहाटी असम, शिलोंग मेघालय, अगरतला त्रिपुरा, शिलोंग मेघालय? कौन सी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन रिस्पॉन्सिबल है और कहां पर इसे एस्टैब्लिश किया गया? लेट मी टेल यू दैट इसे एस्टैब्लिश किया गया है सिपाहीजला डिस्ट्रिक्ट ऑफ त्रिपुरा। सो ऑप्शन ए विल बी द राइट आंसर। ये पहला ऑक्सिलरी प्रोडक्शन सेंटर है और इसे एस्टैब्लिश किया गया है अलिम्को ने, which is a PSU under the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment। ये असिस्टिव डिवाइस मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, उसकी एक्सेसिबिलिटी को बढ़ाने में, डिलीवरी में हेल्प करेगा। इट विल सर्व एज द नीड फॉर अ डेडिकेटेड प्रोडक्शन एंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन फैसिलिटी। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, इंडिया का मोस्ट डेकोरेटेड टेबल टेनिस प्लेयर जिन्होंने रिप्रेजेंट किया इंडिया को इन द 5 ओलंपिक गेम्स, राइट, आपको आइडेंटिफाई करना है उनका नाम। व्हाट इज द नेम ऑफ दैट पर्सन जिन्होंने रिसेंटली अपनी रिटायरमेंट अनाउंस की है? जी सथिया, मनिका बत्रा, शरद कमल, हरमीत देसाई और मोहम्मद दास। आंसर इज शरद कमल, ऑप्शन सी, शरद कमल इज द राइट आंसर। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, इनिशिएटिव वाज लॉन्च्ड बाय मीटी टू प्रोवाइड अ यूनिफाइड प्लेटफॉर्म फॉर एआई इनोवेशन। आपको आइडेंटिफाई करना है क्या है इसका नाम, ठीक है। सो कौन सा इनिशिएटिव लॉन्च किया है मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी ने? टू प्रोवाइड यूनिफाइड प्लेटफॉर्म फॉर एआई इनोवेशन, एआई इनोवेशन के लिए एक यूनिफाइड प्लेटफॉर्म प्रोवाइड किया जा रहा है। व्हाट इज द नेम? आई ऑलरेडी गेव यू द एक्सप्लेनेशन फॉर दिस पर्टिकुलर पार्ट, दैट इज एआई कोश, इंडिया एआई डेटा सेट प्लेटफॉर्म, ठीक है। तो हम ऑलरेडी इसको कवर कर चुके हैं दोस्तों। बढ़ते हैं नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पे। सो आपको बतानी है वो पहली स्टेट जिसने अनाउंस किया कि हम अपनी सैटेलाइट को लॉन्च करेंगे, और उस सैटेलाइट का क्या नाम है ये आपको आइडेंटिफाई करना है। तो सैटेलाइट का क्या नाम है जिसको हम लॉन्च करने वाले हैं, ये दोनों चीजें आपको आइडेंटिफाई करनी है, ठीक है। सैटेलाइट का नाम, कौन सी स्टेट है जो इसको लॉन्च करेगी, दोनों ही चीजें इंपॉर्टेंट है। द नेम ऑफ द स्टेट इज असम एंड द नेम ऑफ सैटेलाइट इज असम सैट। तो असम सैट पहला स्टेट होगा जो अपनी जिसकी सैटेलाइट होगी, ठीक है, राइट आंसर। उसके बाद बढ़ते शीतारा इनिशिएटिव ऑन इंटरनेशनल वुमेन्स डे से लॉन्च किया गया एक लार्ज स्केल वुमेन हेल्थ प्रोग्राम है जिसके अंदर हम फ्री हेल्थ केयर सर्विसेज प्रोवाइड करेंगे। कौन सी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन या मिनिस्ट्री इसके पीछे रिस्पॉन्सिबल है ये हमें आइडेंटिफाई करना है। वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट शीतारा इनिशिएटिव, इट इज बीन लॉन्च्ड बाय स्टार हेल्थ एंड अलाइड इंश्योरेंस। स्टार हेल्थ अलाइड इंश्योरेंस का ये इनिशिएटिव है, एब्सोल्युटली राइट। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, 6th एडिशन ऑफ कोऑर्डिनेटेड पेट्रोल एंड द 4th एडिशन ऑफ बायलैटरल एक्सरसाइज बोंगो सागर। तो बोंगो सागर को कंडक्ट किया गया बिटवीन इंडिया एंड विच कंट्री? गाइस बात कर रहे हैं बोंगो सागर की। बोंगो से आप पहुंच सकते हो बांग्लादेश, सो बांग्लादेश इज द राइट आंसर। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, लोकेशन ऑफ हार्बर एंड सी फेज ऑफ टाइगर ट्रियम्फ। टाइगर ट्रियम्फ एक्सरसाइज हमने बात की थी दैट इट वाज बीन कंडक्टेड बिटवीन इंडिया एंड यूएस, राइट। इंडिया और यूएस के बीच में हुई। टाइगर ट्रियम्फ कहां पर हुई, इसका हार्बर और सी फेस कहां पर हुआ, विशाखापट्टनम और काकीनाडा के अंदर, ठीक है। ये एक इंडिया यूएस ह्यूमैनिटेरियन असिस्टेंस एक्सरसाइज है। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, फर्स्ट इंडियन अमेरिकन टू सर्व एज डायरेक्टर ऑफ नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ हेल्थ। तो नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ हेल्थ के डायरेक्टर कौन है? हु इज दैट फर्स्ट इंडियन अमेरिकन पर्सन? इज डॉक्टर जय भट्टाचार्य। डॉक्टर जय भट्टाचार्य इज द राइट आंसर। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, कौन सी साइट है छत्तीसगढ़ की जिसको यूनेस्को के टेंटेटिव लिस्ट में इंक्लूड किया गया द वर्ल्ड हेरिटेज साइट? वर्ल्ड हेरिटेज साइट की टेंटेटिव लिस्ट में इस प्लेस को इंक्लूड किया गया है फ्रॉम छत्तीसगढ़। इट इज कांगर वैली नेशनल पार्क। कांगर वैली नेशनल पार्क, ठीक है, उसे नेचुरल कैटेगरी के अंदर इंक्लूड किया गया ऑफ द यूनेस्कोज वर्ल्ड हेरिटेज साइट। आई होप दिस पार्ट इज क्लियर। Absolutely right. Next question about the Artemis Accord. Artemis Accord was recently in the news. कौन से statements यहाँ पर correct हैं? तो पहला क्वेश्चन, पहली स्टेटमेंट, इसको कब लॉन्च किया गया? सेकेंड स्टेटमेंट, इंडिया कौन से नंबर का कंट्री बना था टू ज्वाइन दिस? थर्ड स्टेटमेंट, इसका एम क्या है? टू प्रमोट पीसफुल एंड कोऑपरेटिव स्पेस एक्सप्लोरेशन, पर्टिकुलरली फोकसिंग ऑन मार्स। दोस्तों मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूं कि सिर्फ मार्स पर हम यहाँ पर फोकस नहीं कर रहे हैं, बल्कि पूरा ही स्पेस एक्सप्लोरेशन हमारा एक कोऑपरेटिव होना चाहिए, अच्छा कोऑर्डिनेशन होना चाहिए सभी कंट्रीज के बीच में, और एक पीसफुल स्पेस एक्सप्लोरेशन की तरफ हम बढ़ना चाहते हैं, इसलिए नासा ने इसको लॉन्च किया था। थर्ड स्टेटमेंट इज इनकरेक्ट, राइट आंसर इज ऑप्शन ए, दैट इज 1 and 2। तो नासा ने इसे यूएस डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ स्टेट और बाकी 7 इनिशियल सिग्नेटरी नेशंस के साथ लॉन्च किया था 2020 के अंदर, ठीक है। इंडिया 27 सिग्नेटरी बना और फिनलैंड 53rd सिग्नेटरी बना है जनवरी 2025 में। So the last country which joined Artemis Accord is Finland. Please remember the name. Next question is about Indra exercise. Indra exercise between India and Russia. इसका सी और हार्बर फेस कहां पर हुआ? तो लेट मी टेल यू, जब भी कोई एक्सरसाइज होती है तो हमें क्या कवर करना है? उसका नाम, नेम ऑफ द कंट्रीज पार्टिसिपेटिंग एंड व्हाट इज द वेन्यू। तो ये तीनों चीजें हमें कवर करनी है। यहां पर वेन्यू पूछा गया है सी और हार्बर फेस का। इट वाज कंडक्टेड इन चेन्नई एंड द बे ऑफ बंगाल। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, InnoShows 2025 एक्सरसाइज कहां पर हुई थी? Which country has hosted this exercise? It was hosted by Greece. Greece has hosted InnoShows 25, a multinational air exercise. So my dear friends, with this was the last question of our today's session, and with this we are just done with all the questions of our today's session. So it is really great to see that there are so many people still here with us who have really, I would say that this is a kind of benchmark for all of you, ठीक है। इतने टाइम तक सेशन को देखना, बने रहना, आंसर्स करना, पार्टिसिपेट करना, दिस शोज योर डेडिकेशन एंड कमिटमेंट टुवर्ड्स योर ड्रीम। दैट इज रियली ग्रेट पार्ट, ठीक है। अभी हमारा नेक्स्ट पार्ट क्या रहेगा? दैट वी हैव टू इंश्योर कि हमने जितना भी चीजें कवर की हैं उसे हम अच्छे से एनालाइज करें कि क्या हमारी परफॉर्मेंस रही है, हमने कितना चीजों को सही आंसर किया, कितना चीजों को गलत आंसर किया। उसके बाद आप अपने वीक एरियाज को आइडेंटिफाई करेंगे, एक पैटर्न निकालेंगे कि किस तरीके का आर्टिकल, किस तरीके के करंट अफेयर्स आप भूल जाते हैं, और उसको हम फिर और फोकस के साथ पढ़ेंगे, उसको स्ट्रेंथ एरिया में कन्वर्ट करेंगे, ठीक है। और ये करने के लिए लेट मी टेल यू दैट यू आर हैविंग सम गुड अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम, बिकॉज टिल नाउ फॉर द मंथ ऑफ मार्च हम सारे इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट्स जो है करंट अफेयर्स से उन्हें कवर कर चुके हैं। एंड नाउ द नेक्स्ट पार्ट विल बी योर मॉक टेस्ट फॉर द मंथ ऑफ मार्च। तो अभी एक रिवीजन हो चुकी है आपकी, स्कीम्स, रिपोर्ट्स, आरबीआई नोटिफिकेशंस, ईएसआई करंट अफेयर, फाइनेंस करंट अफेयर, जीए करंट अफेयर, एवरीथिंग इज बीन कवर्ड। एंड नाउ द नेक्स्ट पार्ट विल बी अ मॉक टेस्ट। तो एक 80 क्वेश्चंस का मॉक टेस्ट हम आपके लिए कंडक्ट करेंगे, एंड यू हैव टू इंश्योर कि आप वहां पर बहुत अच्छे से रिवाइज करके आए। लेट मी टेल यू that एक वीक है आपके पास, you are having 1 complete full week for it. So make sure that आप चीजों को अच्छे से रिवाइज करें, सारे सेशंस को कवर करें, और उसके बाद डेटास पर फोकस करें जो आप which you are not able to retain it, okay? और जो टेक्निक हमने यहाँ पर डिस्कस किया आज, माइंड मैपिंग टेक्निक, उसका इस्तेमाल डेफिनेटली कीजिए टू रिटेन द जनरल अवेयरनेस आर्टिकल्स, ठीक है जी। So thank you Shanika, Fruity, Swapnil, Rover, Mayank, all the people. So guys, basically it's you only that who make these initiatives of ours successful by joining them, participating them, by staying them for such long hours. That is really hats off to all of you. ठीक है? So guys, अगर अब आपकी किसी की भी कोई query है, please feel free to ask. अदरवाइज आपको अगर क्वेरी बाद में आती है माइंड में, डो नॉट वरी, आप कमेंट सेक्शन के अंदर पोस्ट कीजिए, आप हमें ईमेल कीजिए, आप हमें कॉल कीजिए, बस अपनी क्वेरी को पूछिए, ठीक है। ये क्वेरी चाहे छोटी है या बड़ी है, it acts as a roadblock, it acts as an obstacle in your journey. So we just want, on the behalf of EduTap team, we just want that your journey is as smooth as possible. So that's why always make sure that जो भी आपका डाउट है, छोटा है या बड़ा है, always ask it, ठीक है। So now we will be meeting you guys in the next session, and I can see here, so Manish is asking where will the test be conducted. That will be conducted on the YouTube. हमारे EduTap के YouTube चैनल पर उसे कंडक्ट किया जाएगा मनीष, डो नॉट वरी, राइट। नेक्स्ट वीक होगा, नेक्स्ट थर्सडे को होगा, ऑन एवरी थर्सडे वी आर कमिंग अप विद द मंथली रिवीजन सीरीज। तो अपकमिंग थर्सडे को ही ये टेस्ट भी किया जाएगा कंडक्ट, ठीक है। So Fruity, basically we are trying our best to cover all the important current affair articles, to cover all the important dimensions of these current affairs in these sessions, ठीक है। So definitely it will be really helpful for all of you, and yes, you can definitely rely, but again I am telling you that these are only for the revision, these are only the revision sessions, right? But एग्जाम आपका काफी अनप्रिडिक्टेबल है, काफी अनसर्टेन है, तो वहां पर हमें इंश्योर करना है कि हम चीजों को डिटेल में कवर करें, सो दैट एग्जाम के अंदर हम सक्सेसफुली क्वेश्चंस को आंसर कर सकें, राइट। सो आई होप दैट दिस इज क्लियर टू ऑल ऑफ यू। So I can see here that all the queries are been addressed. So Swapnil is asking, sir, any trick for World Happiness Day? So you can just remember it. So basically Swapnil, कोई भी ऐसा डे होता है तो आप अपनी try to identify one of the trick on yourself this time, right? हमने वर्ल्ड वाइल्ड लाइफ डे, सेफ्टी डे, बाकी डेज का कवर किया है, राइट। हैप्पीनेस डे का भी आप देखिए कि कैसे हम याद कर सकते हैं कि किस डेट को सेलिब्रेट किया जा सकता है। दिस इज द होमवर्क फॉर यू, ट्राई टू आइडेंटिफाई, क्योंकि जब आप उसमें ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग करेंगे थोड़ी सी, डेफिनेटली यू विल कम अप विद मोर बेटर टेक्निक्स। बेसिकली whatever I am telling you, you will be coming up with better techniques than that, right? और better तरीका होगा आपके पास चीजों को याद करने का, ठीक है जी। So now guys, I will be meeting you in the next session. I can see in the chat box there are no more queries which are unaddressed. So it was really great to have all of you here. Now we will be meeting you in the next session. Till then, stay happy, stay healthy. Wish you all happy learning.